Hey, what it do?
Ahoy, hoy.
What's up,
Welcome back.
guys? Yeah, thanks.
Welcome back to the new San Diego.
Good to be back. Yeah, it's hot.
How was Palm Springs?
Hot.
Yeah, isn't it like 100 degrees down there?
Nah, it wasn't that hot.
You missed out on a cool, breezy 79.
I know.
There was
I
like
always hate
73, and it was like, man, it's not quite the same. Doesn't hit quite the same.
Had to get a sweater on.
Sweater weather.
Well, it is funny. I think I pulled a California today.
What?
Well, you see what I'm wearing here.
Yeah, you are
I've got
wearing,
like
dude. Yeah, you're wearing like a full-on winter coat
Again.
because it's 73. You can't.
Well,
hack
again,
it.
it was hot yesterday, and I wake up this morning like, ooh, it's a little chilly. I think this is what Californians do.
Yeah, you've officially. Why don't you just move to San Diego and retire at this point?
And so I put a little coat on, but now I'm hot.
Caught a little chill, did
Although
you?
I've always been hot. You guys know that.
Yeah. You're in Palm Springs for like 3 days, and you're already cookie dough soft.
Yeah, well, that's what California does to you.
Yeah.
That's what good weather does to you.
I think
Makes
it's
you
really
soft.
sexy.
What'd I miss?
We had a lot going on. I mean, you had the Final Four, right? Some dude drove his car into the Willamette for no reason at 2 a.m. We had a high-speed chase, so you missed him in the news. I'm trying to think what else we had.
People running through Scientology centers.
Yeah, at a Scientology deep run. You missed a lot. A lot went on over the weekend.
God.
We all hate UConn basketball now, women's more than men. I mean, there was a lot going on.
Is Gino worse than...
Yeah, that was kind of the,
Also, who's worse, Dan Hurley or Bobby Hurley?
Yeah, we had a
Dan.
whole...
This convert.
Yeah, it was a whole thing.
Dan's
I think
worse
Bobby.
than...
I think Bobby's worse.
Well, Bobby's just not as high profile.
Well, and Dan's at least successful, so therefore he gets away with it more,
Right.
whereas Bobby's just as much of an ass. He just doesn't win.
Right.
But yeah, we decided Gino worse than Dan.
Gino worse than Dan?
Yeah.
Wow.
As much as Dan Hurley is a total J-off, I mean, Gino's worse. He is. He's
Why?
worse. He's just lying. It's one thing to be a general jackass. It's another thing to just lie about the reasons why you're being angry and then get mad that people call you on your lies and then be like,
So,
we're not talking
Like
about
we
this
can
again.
prove it. We proved it really easily that you're a liar.
Yeah, it took like 3 seconds. Like you're lying about it was Nash. It's the Final Four, for God's sakes. Are you not familiar with cameras? So you just
So wait. So I think I caught up on this,
Yeah.
but maybe not. Because I didn't really care enough to really dive in.
I understand.
He said she didn't shake his hand.
Yes.
And she did, because there's clearly video of that.
Yes.
She even gave him like kind of a
little bit of a bro.
little extra
Yeah.
bro-y, like, hey, man.
Yes. Yes.
And so he said that's why he was mad at her at the end of the game,
Yes.
is because she didn't shake his hand at the start of the game.
Yes. Even
But
though
that's not true.
that exactly.
So what was he mad about?
We don't. My guess is that he got his ass kicked. That would be my guess.
And everyone's
sore-
caught up to him, yeah.
Yeah.
He's a sore loser.
And then he also lied, saying that the officials were so poor that one of his players got her jersey ripped and had to replace it, and it didn't get a foul called. When that's clearly on film, she ripped her own jersey. She goes Hulk Hogan out of frustration and rips her jersey. He made that up too. And then he doubled down after the game about it. And then finally, when someone was like, hey, Gino, dude, we got this all on film, he was like, well, I would like to apologize. I'm not going to say what for, but, hey, I'm moving on. The focus should be on South Carolina. So that was kind of fun in that, like, we were busy hating Dan Hurley, and then Gino was like, hey, over here.
I feel like Dan went out of his way last night to be a little more likable.
Yeah, I think so.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
He knows that all the eyes are on Ariema's a-holeness.
Let him take the brunt.
Yeah.
He was very complimentary about the officials last night when people were giving him crap.
Even though he should have
there
not
was
been.
there was some there was some questionable stuff.
Well, his guys fouled a lot, but
Yeah.
at the same time,
Yeah.
you would imagine that a coach like Dan Hurley
would be
pissed about that and say that that's not fair, even if it was.
Yeah.
Or
and he,
were.
And he wasn't. And then they stuck around afterwards. They let Michigan celebrate. And instead of like going in, he made everyone stay on the court to kind of give them their kudos. And then afterwards, I thought, believe it or not, that was the most likable and gracious I've ever seen Dan Hurley. And that's saying something because that one, I mean, he talked about last year that they had dynasty shirts built up and, he said he kind of got his eye off the ball a little bit. So I thought that one would have hit extra hard, but he took it like a champ, stuck out his chin, and
So he knows.
He knows.
He knows. He's going to let Gino take the crown for a while.
Yeah.
He also came out of the halftime and said his suit was falling apart.
Yeah.
Which I thought was funny.
Well,
Dan Hurley showing a little funny.
Yeah, well, after the headbutt thing, his suit was half off anyways.
Right. A little wardrobe humor.
Little wardrobe.
Out of Dan.
Yeah. Oh.
And then Gino said, I thought I saw that he said I can't talk to the officials the way Don talks to the officials.
Yes.
So that was his rub then, maybe?
Yes, that as the old white man, we're playing that card. This is ridiculous.
Okay.
Black woman can say whatever she wants, but the old white guy says something. Oh, I can't. Yeah, he's going down.
Can we talk about how we don't really like Don Staley either?
I know, and that was the hard part about Gino, in that I don't like Don Staley, but now I kind of have to like Don Staley.
No, you really don't.
Well, in that battle. Like, by the way, Don Staley wanted that smoke. I think she was ready to kick him right in the nerds, and I was here for it.
Probably be a good fight.
I think so. In that battle, believe it or not, I'm rooting for Don Staley. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. And believe it or not, that's the first time I've ever thought Don Staley was cool. I was like, all right, she didn't back down 1 inch.
Yeah, and then the old UCLA white lady won it all.
Yeah.
Stealing both of their thunders.
Go figure, right?
God.
So you missed that, and then we had the Final Four preview or the national title game, and look, I'll be honest, that national title game.
I think that's why it doesn't sting so much for Dan Hurley, because
he knew
Michigan was way better than them,
yeah.
And he also won 2 titles recently, and so he's like, you can have one.
It was that reminded me a little bit of the UConn Illinois game, in that while it was close, it never felt close. Even when they got it to what was it 5, and then they had the missed 3, and then the run out, and Michigan.
I think they had a chance to cut it to 4.
Well, I believe it got to 4 right at the very end.
Are you talking about the UConn Illinois game or the UConn Michigan game?
UConn Michigan game.
Yeah, I thought they got it to.
Well, the end of the game there was 4, but there was like 19 seconds left.
Yeah, but I think the real turning point was that point where they got the steal.
Yeah,
and they went in to cut it to. I think they were going to cut it to 4. And it got swatted, and then it came immediately to the other end. Michigan hit a 3.
Yes.
And went up 9.
I think it was. Yeah,
that was the close. That was their chance.
That was their chance. I think you're right. It was 6.
Yeah, they were going to cut it to 4,
and it went the other way.
And they ended up. It ended up at 4 or 6. Either way, they covered.
Ended up at 6. They did not cover. It was 6.5.
No, they covered.
Well,
I had it at 7.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, and 6.5 they would have covered too. Michigan.
Oh yeah.
UConn.
UConn.
I had UConn.
Yeah, because it was 6.
It was 6. Yeah. Good teams win.
I wasn't certain who you were saying was
great teams cover.
Was
no,
cover.
UConn. Yeah,
UConn cover.
I bet on UConn.
No matter what, most of the spreads you got, Michigan did not cover.
I was sweating it.
Oh, absolutely.
Sweating it hard.
Yeah. It just never felt that it was really. It never felt that game was in jeopardy. The spread was in jeopardy, which is why gambling is great. But the game never felt, and it was ugly and it was sloppy. Neither side could shoot the ball very well. It just, I don't know.
Yeah, Michigan hit 2 threes the entire game.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how frantic we would be if we put together a fan team and we had to go up against Michigan's defense? Because that UConn team's pretty good.
Well,
And did you see how hard it was for them? Like, they could not.
Yeah.
They just sped them. That Michigan defense is one of the better defenses I've seen in a long time.
The question becomes, and I'm being dead serious, if we run out the fans' best 5 and we play a full 40-minute game.
Well, you're on the big fella.
God bless America. Well, I got fouls.
He's tall.
I'm going to foul out early. Do we score a point? Because it's not going to be me that scores.
I think Vaughn can knock down a shot.
The only way we're scoring is if I hit about a 35-footer when they're not ready to contest.
Right.
That's the only. Because if you try to get inside, there's no way. I can't break someone down one-on-one. No one's going to break anybody down on that team. So
what you're saying is the whole strategy is
Vaughn from 35.
We set a lot of screens and Vaughn from 35 and hope that we hit
I love that strategy.
I don't hate it.
I mean, UConn kind of eventually figured out that's probably going to be our best bet.
Yeah.
Let's just chuck.
Yeah, Caravan started chucking from deep at the end.
So Caravan and then Mullins, if you saw how hard it was for them to even get a shot up, they were so rushed.
Yeah.
Michigan, that team's awesome.
Yes.
I didn't give him enough credit. I thought Arizona was going to beat him. And that wasn't even close.
You missed that one too yesterday while you were gone. The I don't know, the Bet Online guy or whatever, Nick Castellanos or
Nick Costa.
They did not update the thing and
he had Arizona.
He really liked Arizona in that game.
It's a great game. I love Arizona in this one.
That always hits a little harder probably after the fact when
lose by 20.
Yeah, lost by. Well, not quite 20, I don't think.
That's true.
It
All
was
right.
30 at one point.
Yeah, they did cut it. You're right. It
Were
was
they down
18.
30?
They were down 30, I
I was
believe.
at a wedding. I didn't get to see it. And honestly, I didn't need to go back and watch it.
They got up, I think it was 10-2 or 12-2 at the start, and it never got any.
What is up with
It never got
Arizona?
any better.
Tommy Lloyd should have gone to North Carolina.
Well, maybe that was the problem, is that Tommy Lloyd re-signed before the game, and so everyone was like, it's fat and
All right.
happy. It's,
Can we
it's
take that
fine.
contract extension back? Or
Yeah, what if they rescinded it after the loss?
Nope. Yeah, Michigan's really good, and the fact that this wasn't UConn's best team and they still hung around and gave Michigan a real game, I mean, that's still a tip of the cap to UConn, because that was one of those. Michigan just looked better than them. They were bigger, they were faster, and yet UConn, in typical UConn fashion,
That's what they do.
They got that thing. Well, they had a lead in the first half for a little bit, and then they were within 4. They even said at the half, like, this is exactly the game. It was like, what, 33-29, something like that. They're like, this is exactly what everyone said UConn needed this game to go. Ugly, kind of, slow pace, game played in the 60s or 70s. It was everything you could want. And then it just, anytime Michigan was threatened and they got down to 6 or 7, there was a counterpunch. They just kept them, big brother them at arm's length, and UConn just wasn't going to beat that team. Nobody was.
Well, I think there was one team. There was one team that did beat them that, in hindsight, was the team that could challenge them the most. And that was Duke.
Yeah.
And you saw in the Duke-UConn game how much variance and randomness can play a role in a one-and-done tournament.
Yeah.
Like, they should have won that game. They were up by 19 against UConn.
Mm-hmm.
And if they do, they're probably in the final against Michigan, and it's a rematch of the game that they played, I think it was in February.
And Duke beat them by
Duke
5,
beat
I
them.
think.
Yeah, Duke held them to 63 points.
Yeah.
So that was probably, in hindsight, Duke was probably the team. We thought maybe it was Arizona because they were playing so well, but it wasn't. It was Duke.
Well,
Was their chance.
Arizona just can't shoot enough, and that's the other thing too. Like, if you're UConn, what did they shoot from the old arc? Yeah, they shot 27% from behind the
All
3-point
the
line.
guys were in foul trouble too.
Yeah, if UConn just has a decent shooting night, right? They shoot 35%. Then
they might win.
This is a different game.
That's true. They were scrappy as hell.
Yeah.
All right, well, there's Sports Talk. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 3 to 7 on The Fan.
Thanks for coming.
No, it's good to be back. I wanted to tell you before we go.
Good thing we have another segment.
Yeah. The P1s were in Palm Springs.
Really?
Yeah. Our tentacles know no bounds.
Isn't that always weird if you're on vacation and you get a rop? You're like, oh, hey.
Yeah, at the wedding.
Really?
Yeah.
At the wedding? Huh?
Yeah. And guess who he's best friends with?
Talk to me.
This guy, Sweeney. I met him at the wedding.
Oh, I know Sweeney.
Do you know Sweeney?
I know Sweeney.
Nice guy. He is Buck's buddy. Buck's best buddy, and he was at the same damn wedding I was at.
Well, I'll be damned. The tentacles really do know no
Yeah.
bounds.
I guess his wife is friends with the bride.
You're like, sure.
One of them.
You don't remember.
I don't know.
You had some cocktails in you.
Yeah, that was fun though. Katie and Sean, congratulations.
Shout out.
Fun times were had by all.
Well,
Sorry you couldn't be there.
You can do a lot worse than Palm Spring wedding.
Oh, I know. I love Palm Springs.
It's
you're not a fan?
Well, it's all right, but it's
I think it's great. I love the
outside of it's warm and you golf. What exactly do you love about Palm Springs?
Well, it's got a nice vibe. It's very chill.
It's rich old people.
Well, it's gays
Yes.
and rich old people.
There you go.
But the downtown's got a nice vibe.
So you're not that old, you're not gay, and you're not
Well,
rich.
we did go to a gay club.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Did you get called the Silver Daddy?
No, but I got a few looks, and I'm not going to tell you.
Yeah,
I'm
it
not
feels
gonna lie.
good, right?
Yeah, I was like, all right.
Yeah.
All right, I still got it.
Yeah.
I tell you, these bros were getting after it, too. It was
It
really
happens.
something.
Yeah.
We were just walking the strip, on our way to dinner. We're like, oh, let's pop in here. This looks like fun.
You want to swing on into the manhole and see what's up.
And we did.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, did we ever.
Look, I'll go to my gravestone. If you want to have a fun night, dude, head to the gayer the bar, the better time you're going to have, and you're probably going to drink for free, knowing your gorgeous self, and you will have a great time.
So good restaurants, good golf, good pool vibes, Got some casino action down there if you want it. Coachella's down there next weekend, I guess.
I'm all right.
If you guys wanted to go to see that.
Yeah,
So I love it. It's a
I'm
good,
good.
chill, relaxing place.
No.
And so thank you for hosting. Thank you for hosting us, Palm Springs. You are super gay. All right, well, let's get started, shall we?
Let's get to going.
Hail to the victor.
Yeah.
What a great
It's good to be Michigan right now.
What a great purchase by Michigan.
I'll push back on that a little bit.
That's next on The Fan. Yeah, it really is. Just gotta. Now I'm getting blown up by people who are sending along gay stories from Palm Springs. Apparently, everyone has one.
Yeah.
There's a guy who says he posted a TikTok, and he posted the sign outside what looked like it looked like a gym.
Sure.
And it was called the Tool Shed.
There you go. By the way, names of gay bars, even better.
And it had a dude on it, muscly dude.
The Tool Shed.
Yeah. He thought it was a gym.
Yeah.
It was not.
It was not. No.
So
careful in the bathrooms.
good times. The other thing about Palm Springs too, I neglected to mention, but the 50s, like the whole Rat Pack vibe and where those guys used to party and some of the places, some of the kind of the history of some of the places is great.
Did you wear a fedora?
No.
Oh.
I did go into a fedora shop, though.
I could see you in some linen
I'll tell you
pants
what.
and a knit shirt with a fedora on in Palm Springs.
I do own 2 fedoras. However, my eyes were peeled for the latest in the hat game.
Talk to me.
Because, we're at pools and
Sure.
we're in a sunny place.
Yeah.
And I tell you, there's been a lot of sort of things have evolved in the hat game, even for the olds.
What are you wearing, a sombrero now? What do you?
Well, it's just, I don't know. There's just different styles of hats out there.
What is the?
I can't tell you what they're called.
Okay.
They're just, everywhere from the youngs to the olds. There's a lot out there.
A lot happening.
A lot
in the hat
out
game.
there.
All right.
Got to upgrade the pool hat game.
I'll take your word for it.
I was wearing my Padres hat.
I understand.
I got shouted down.
I have like a sun hat, like the big palm leaf hats. I have that, but that's more of a drinking cigar kind of hat. Yard work, perhaps. I don't know if that's necessarily a pool hat.
All right, well, Michigan wins the championship.
Yeah, it's good to be Michigan right now. And not that it's one of the 4 majors, but they're in the Frozen Four this weekend. So, and they're the favorite. They're the number 1 overall seed. So they could go hooky as well.
So are they cheating in all of the sports then?
I would hope so.
Is that it?
Well, it's good to be the Big Ten as well. Big Ten owns women's basketball. They own men's basketball. They own football. They're about to own hockey. Because like Wisconsin's on the other side too. I mean, this SEC stuff is kind of bush. I mean, the Big Ten running roughshod over everybody.
Yeah, they need to get their stuff together.
Come on, SEC. I thought it mattered more down there.
So the Big Ten wins the men's title in basketball for the first time since Michigan State of 2000.
Yeah.
So that was a long time. But they've won 3 straight football titles.
Yes.
So we should, we now say they're the best?
Well, I mean,
Is that what we're saying?
all that stuff is cyclical, but I do think that some of the, Kirby talked about this and Nick and some others, and they kind of did the backhanded compliment of the only reason anyone from Louisiana would go to Michigan was because of money. Well, yeah, no duh. Thanks, Tips. But yeah, there does seem to be now a leveling of the playing field. It used to be the belief that, the SEC, best coaches, best programs, best athletes, and the Big Ten has money. They've always had more money. I mean, this is kind of one of the little ugly secrets, but the media deals that obviously keep going up and up. The Big Ten has always had the biggest one. The Big Ten Network was the first, and they have consistently paid out more money than the SEC. And, now that you have the NIL that has come into it, it turns out that a lot of those programs have bigger bases and more money to spend than some of the small Southern programs. So, and Michigan is one of those. Michigan is a giant school. There's a huge fan base there. They've got a couple mega donors. Larry Ellison's wife went there, and last time I checked, that guy's got a lot of money, and Michigan's pouring resources into stuff, and, Ohio State isn't going anywhere, and Penn State's got a robust budget, and Wisconsin, and now Oregon, you throw USC into it, and it's good to be the Big Ten.
As Michigan goes, I don't really hate Ohio State. Mm-hmm. I don't really hate Alabama. I'm just thinking of schools that have
kind of pissed you off.
No, that have just been on top, that have won a lot. And Michigan's starting to get to that level, with titles in football and basketball in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
I find them the least hateable of those schools.
Okay.
And I don't know why. Probably shouldn't because of the whole Connor Stallions, Jim Harbaugh thing, you know?
Sharon Moore.
There's certainly, at least the football squad, well, and, Juwan Howard had his own little...
Yeah, he wasn't the best.
He had some picadillos, too.
Yeah. That's true.
They certainly have had...
Wait, their last basketball title.
Yeah.
So you remember what happened with that?
That was that Steve
Fisher.
Steve Fisher, right?
But he was an interim coach.
Yeah, because the other guy...
They fired... what was his
that guy
name?
Canned.
Bill Frieder?
Is that what it was?
He went to Arizona State.
Yeah.
He announced he was going to Arizona State. And they fired... Bo Schembechler was the AD there, and he said, "You're out of here.
Yeah.
I don't want an Arizona State guy coaching Michigan."
It was Bill Frieder.
Yeah, so they fired him, and then Fisher took over. This is right before the tournament.
And they won.
And he won.
Yeah.
Although I probably could have won a title with Glenn Rice.
Glenn Rice was quite good. In fact, that is one of those earliest... we talked about what's your first... kind of sports memory. My first college basketball memory is Duke Louisville Final Four, and right after that is that Glenn Rice, Ramil Robinson, Seton Hall. I don't know why, but that is always one that sticks in my head. I remember that national championship game, and
so there's a lot of tumult
in
their championships. The football one especially.
I think the thing that Michigan has going for it is they don't seem as sleazy as some of the others. Like,
Well,
yeah, they are.
they are.
But
Why don't they seem that?
I don't know. It just feels like maybe the Ohio State stank and like Georgia and Bama, LSU. They have. It's. I don't know what that is. You know, it's like
Let's do a sleazy ranking.
Yeah, we talk about all the time, like with Calipari, right? Calipari gets put at the top of the sleaze meter, and Pitino doesn't. Even though Rick Pitino is just as, if not more, sleazy than Calipari, but for some reason, he just he drafts, he tucks in behind Calipari, and Calipari takes all the headwind of the flack, and then he just kind of sits back there and is like, that's a little Michigan. Michigan just tucks their race car in behind all the other crappy programs that are doing stuff, and they're like, well, don't mind us. We're just over here doing our own thing, just up here in Michigan, being good little old Michigan. Don't mind us.
That Michigan squad, it was a squad in 88, 89. Look at the roster. They got some dudes on that team.
Well, the only one I remember is Rice and Ramil Robinson.
They had Loy Vaught was on that team. Terry Mills, 2 former pros.
I remember Terry Mills.
Rob Palenka.
Rob Palenka was on that team?
He's a freshman.
Are you serious?
He was the Kevin Pritchard of the Michigan Wolverines?
He won a college title?
Yes.
That pretty boy?
Wow. But I think with Michigan, though, it's not that they're underdogs, but they haven't been at the top of the top like Ohio State and Alabama for a long time. I think that's why we don't necessarily hate them so much. But if they continue to win in basketball and they start to be really good at football again, we'll start hating them.
Well, it's true. Like we always say, Michigan always kind of compares themselves to Ohio State, and
aren't they more like Penn State?
Yes. Look at the last 35 years of football. It ain't Ohio State and Michigan are not the same. But now they got another national title, and they hadn't won a basketball title since the 80s, and they came close with the Fab Five, and it hasn't had that sort of sustained success. But they're such a big brand name that we put them in that category. But now, I mean, that's a football and a basketball title within 3 years of each other. I think the only modern teams to have done that, in the last 25-ish years, are Florida. Florida did it when they obviously with Billy Donovan and then Herb, but I don't. That's kind of rarefied air to do it, and especially to do it so close together.
And Isaac, shouldn't you hate Michigan?
We're turning off.
Yeah, Trey Burke. Yeah. I should, yeah. That's what I said. I don't. I have a lot of reasons to. I just don't. They don't. They don't upset me. I kind of liked Dusty May, Dusty May.
Yeah.
I was actually kind of loving Jim Harbaugh, basicly just
giving the finger to everybody.
I don't care.
Yeah,
we won.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
So I'm not a Portnoy guy, so that hurts.
Yeah, Portnoy is I always said that when the Giants were winning titles, I loved Will Clark growing up, but the part that kind of fueled my hatred of the Giants was Dirt. Dirt is such an annoying Giants fan when they win.
By the way, fan radio host.
Yeah.
Mornings.
And I love Dirt, but Dirt will
6 to 10.
He admits it. He's a super petty, he's a troll. And his Giant fandom actually made me dislike the San Francisco Giants. And Portnoy's got a little bit of that in him where he makes me not want to root for Michigan. He makes me actively root against
but he's
Michigan.
Doing bits. Though.
Yeah.
I think
Dirt is too, but I think Dirt deep down really is that petty. He just is. He's petty check receipts guy. He gets in Twitter beefs with people over duck football.
Get a life, bro.
It's kind of impressive.
If I were to ask you, name the sleaziest university when it comes to sports, who comes to mind? I want to do a sleaze ranking.
It's pretty good.
Because I've got 2.
Tennessee.
Maybe 3. Tennessee was the third one that I thought of.
I think LSU is pretty bad.
They were one of my 2.
I feel like LSU has no. There's just
It's all about winning.
Yeah, no one gives 2 flying.
Which
you know what?
It kind of is this way everywhere. Let's be fair to these sleaze balls.
They were the OGs though.
LSU.
Well, just these
with
SEC,
Saban?
just these SEC schools. They were the OGs of the sleaze balls.
And they should be given credit for that.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, you guys are getting all this glory now. We're the ones that started all this.
Look, Oregon's just trying to follow what the SEC said.
Exactly.
LSU once suspended players, but in non-consecutive weeks. They had they serve a 3-game suspension, and their opener was against Tallahassee JUCO. They were suspended for that, and then they were allowed to come back and play against I don't know, Florida, and then they were suspended the next week for Emerson College. And I was like, the balls that it takes to do that, to be like, yeah, we're going to suspend you. Not for any meaningful game.
Well, that's 100% approval rating in Knoxville.
Yes.
Every fan's like, great call.
Thumbs up.
I agree with that.
I don't know. I think of LSU as just being as smarmy as could be, and then they go out and get Lane Kiffin and that whole thing.
Are your balls jiggling?
You know, I want to say Baylor's up there too for me. Baylor's pretty bad.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
A lot of that's just the one situation.
And this is
There's
why
2 Baylor situations.
exactly.
Oh, I guess, yeah,
two.
The murder and the rape.
Yeah.
This is also why I can't fully
Think about that. The murder and the rape.
I mean, then you throw Penn State in there too.
And that's where I was going. Like, I don't think necessarily of Penn State other than the fact that you had an entire coaching staff that covered up child rape, and then when people called them on it, the fans rioted in support of the coaches that all covered up the kid rape. Like, that, you may not have an entire history of being sleazy, but if you wanted one defining act, it's that. Your coaching staff all knew that one of the coaches was raping kids, and you all kind of collectively went, meh. And then as a fan base, you were enraged when they were forced to not work there anymore. That makes me, at that moment, I will never, it's 2 schools. I will never root for Baylor again under any circumstances, and I will never root for Penn State. Your entire
Well, it's
university.
not like you rooted for Baylor in the first place.
But I root against them now.
No, but I will actively, I actually liked Penn State. I kind of wanted to go play at Penn State.
But Baylor.
No one cares about Baylor.
I would throw Miami in at sleazy as well.
That was.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Miami is probably the one. If you had to give me one, make me name one.
Yeah, Miami might be
It's
shame
Miami.
on me for not.
Right.
Miami might be the gold standard.
Can I also nominate Florida State?
Sure. Yeah, they they're
So we're seeing a region that
it's
is a common
South. Hey, it matters more.
Common
It
theme.
matters more down in the South, you know.
I don't know why we don't see Alabama really that way, but we don't. Maybe it's because Saban we just know he was great.
Yeah.
Ohio State, we don't really see Ohio State that way
Yeah,
either.
they're just better at kind of, keeping
Well, they're good.
people the barbarians at
They
the
keep
gate.
it as a low profile. Like when they get caught, it's Terrell Pryor getting tattoos.
Yeah.
I think fans have something to do with it too.
Yeah, there's probably an element of that. The more annoying your fan base is, again, it goes back to my dirt theory. Fans can like 1 or 2 fans, high profile, or a collection of fans, they can easily make you dislike a team, like 100%.
Are the Ducks seen as sleazy to others?
I think
to the outside.
I think to
around the nation,
others,
yes.
but Duck fan loves to try to do the not us. Again, I would like to point out one time that the Ducks conducted an internal investigation and found literally, like you can look this up, they looked into themselves and they put out a press release basically saying they were shocked at their findings because their findings were even better than they could have imagined. That's a real thing that happened. We hired a firm to look into ourselves. Turns out, awesome.
We're pretty great.
We're pretty great.
We knew we were great. We didn't really know how great.
Didn't know this great. So yeah, I think, I think people believe that the Oregon is new age sleaze, and then Oregon always had the ignorant belief, Oregon fan, that they were the Lance Armstrong, even though they weren't necessarily winning titles. It's like, oh no, look at what we're doing, and we do it differently because we're Oregon. We're that much. We don't have to do the things that other people do, and you're like, please stop it. Like you're doing the exact same things that everyone else is doing. You're buying players, and
Now it's like
now it's
well,
fun.
Michigan just bought a national championship.
Yeah.
So
Although this is where I'll push back on that.
all right, well, sit on it.
Yeah, we'll sit on it. Sit on it, Potsy.
Sit on it, Potsy. Sit on it and spin.
God, we need to bring back sit on it.
Sit on it and rotate.
Great. You jive turkey. Bring it back.
Yeah, we'll get to that coming up next. Yeah, what a great purchase Michigan just Dusty made. Can he even coach really? I mean, so we'll get to that coming up next here, Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First, on the Fan, Michigan took home their first men's basketball national championship since 1989 by beating UConn 69-63. Point guard Elliot Cadeau named most outstanding player. The NFL draft coming up later this month. Potential number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza is expecting to not be at the NFL draft. Instead, according to Adam Schefter, he will be with his family down in Miami. Oregon transfer guard Jackson Shellstad, he's locked in a couple visits. Arizona is one school, and the other school he is locked in a visit to is Louisville. While the Lakers, they're already without Luka and Austin Reeves. Tonight, they take on the Thunder. LeBron James will be out with a foot injury right now. The Thunder are ginormous favorites on the road, 18.5 points over the Lakers. Trailblazers blew an 18-point lead in the second half of the Nuggets last night. Losing OT. Next up for them is a game against the Spurs on the road. That'll be on Wednesday. Maybe some good news, though, for the Blazers as Spurs star center Victor Wembanyama considered doubtful with a rib contusion for that game. Wemby exited the game last night against Philadelphia. He's expected to play, though, in at least one more game this season, so he is eligible for postseason awards. And Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy and Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
So I have good news for our Duck listeners, our Duck faithful. according to ChatGPT, I was working on ChatGPT during the break.
Mm-hmm.
They are saying that most do not consider Oregon sleazy for several reasons.
Talk to me. Well, because the internal review found that they were awesome.
Yes, because they don't consider themselves sleazy. That's why.
Yeah.
No, they said basically just having Phil Knight and Nike, people just kind of know they've had a pipeline that's helped them, and that's not traditional sleazy. That's just you're just jealous. They just have something that you may not.
Oh.
That other schools may not.
Okay.
Right? That's not sleazy.
It's just known.
It's just is. It's just a thing.
They know they cheat. Oh, I mean, what? No. They pay. Sorry. Pay their players. That's fine.
Player development. It says player development and innovation. And yeah, I think innovation is a big part of it. Like they are you got to give them this. They are pretty innovative over time. And so that's not sleazy. That's just being smart.
Sure.
Right?
Well, the one I've always heard from Oregon fans is, well, everyone else does it, so, but you hated when they did it and you consider them sleazy, but now that you're doing it, you're like,
doing what?
Well, just, living in the muck and mire and paying kids under the table and all that. It's like when that started happening, they started buying kids like D'Anthony Thomas and Thibodeau and guys like that. There was always the Duck fan would always get pissy, and everyone always like mocked the SEC for playing not just in the gray areas, but just flat out cheating. But when you started doing it, you started winning. The Duck fans, like the way you got around that was like, well, they've been doing it forever, so we might as well do it too. It's just that you no longer hated it when you were doing it. You only hated it when the other guy was doing it better than you were.
So according to ChatGPT, Oregon not that sleazy.
All right.
Okay.
That's
Although they did get votes I had ChatGPT put together the definitive Sleaze rankings.
Oh, I like
the Sleaze
this.
meters, you like to call it?
Yeah.
And they did put Miami number 1. And this is all time.
Mm-hmm.
Miami number 1. They said basically the gold standard of chaos. They're using the U culture of swagger and rule-bending reputation, Nevin Shapiro's scandal, all of that.
Well, that 2 Live crew was was a big deal down there. I mean, there's a lot going on. The sixth floor crew,
yeah.
Then you have
Greg the third leg.
That's right.
Number 2, you have a school we have not mentioned, USC.
Okay.
They went USC. Reggie Bush scandal, a vacated title, admission scandal crossover, elite success plus Hollywood adjacent booster energy.
Okay.
Number 3 is SMU, of course.
Yeah, death penalty.
Yeah, 4 they've got North Carolina.
How did we not think about SMU?
Well,
because it's just one thing.
Yeah, it's the one thing.
But it is kind of a.
If we're going the big standings, they might be 1, Penn State 2.
What I appreciate
3.
I appreciate about the SMU scandal is so they got caught paying their players and were told to knock it off. And again, hand to God, they literally said internally, well, we agreed to pay these kids this money. We can't back out on it now. That would be dishonest of us. So they kept paying their players. That's a level of commitment that I appreciate.
Well, yeah. I mean, they're upstanding.
They're men of their word.
That's right. If it's written on a bar napkin.
Yeah, it's good enough for me.
Number 4 is North Carolina. They're talking about paper classes, long-running systemic issues rather than one-off.
I see all these scandals are hitting me like right in the
one
heart
at a time
because they're awesome because of all the little intricacies of each one. So again, North Carolina got around their scandal because yes, they had fake majors with no classes, no tests, no anything. But the way they got around it is by saying, and I quote, those were available to everybody. It's only an impermissible benefit if only athletes were allowed to take those classes. Now, only athletes knew about those classes, but if you wanted to as a regular student, you too could have signed up for African American studies and had no classes, no teacher, no assignments. And it worked.
Yeah.
It actually worked. And they said that is not a punishable offense. Now, you can take that up with like the accreditation board and try to like deal with us that way. But
goes to the ways and means of a committee.
It's an amazing argument, and yet somehow it worked. They won a national title, by the way, on a basketball team where I want to say it was like 8 of the 10 guys that played were all in the fake African studies major.
Yeah, I forgot about that one.
That's an awesome
Until you brought that
It's
up.
a low-key one.
That's a good one. That's really
Yeah,
good.
it's not up there with rape or anything.
But it's
Right, because you're not hurting people.
Right.
Obviously,
You're just
going
well,
around
like
the
it
system.
said, University of North Carolina, systemic issues rather than one-off, long-running systemic issues.
Yes. Apparently at North Carolina, it's one of those places where you don't have to go to class. Although to be fair, they just got caught.
Again, it's the same. Like we got to tread lightly on all these schools because they're kind of all the same.
I played when I was with the Broncos. There was a guy. He went to Tennessee. He was a good player. And we were sitting around. He's a nice guy. He was pretty friendly to me. He didn't have to be, but he was a cool guy. Let me borrow his car for a little bit. And we were talking about like college experiences. And I brought up something like that, like class at BYU. Hand to God, he looked straight at me in the face and went, "You went to class?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And like he was like bewildered by it. And so no. And so I was like, "Well, like I always assumed that like, you got like, pass, you got kind of pushed through or whatever." But I asked him, I was like, "Did you not go to class?" He goes, "I never went on campus." And I was like, "Are you serious?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he had a degree. Like he had a degree from the University of Tennessee. And I thought he was like pulling my leg. And then I ran into another guy that played at Tennessee and I brought him up. And I was like, "Is that real?" He goes, "Oh yeah." He's like, "I got a degree in like physical, whatever, blah, blah, blah." He goes, "I don't know, never stepped foot on campus in a classroom." And I was like, "Oh my God, why didn't I go to Tennessee? What am I doing?"
I don't think it would have
They're
done
actually
that.
losers.
Would they have done that for you?
Look, if they did it for the one guy was actually a really good player. The other guy was like a fullback. That was like nothing.
There's hope.
So the linebacker, I get it. I thought maybe that was a different animal. But when I found out that the fullback didn't go to class either, I was a good offensive lineman. I had to go to class. It pissed me off. It's like, God, I picked my college. I should go back and kick 18-year-old me right in the balls.
And that would be why BYU is not on the Sleaze rankings.
I know.
Louisville is 5. These are the ChatGPT's list.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
I mean,
Mom, daughter. They had a mom and daughter out of like an academic center that was named after Rick Pitino's brother-in-law who died on 9/11. A mother-daughter prostitution team were servicing all of the recruits. You can't make this up. Like, that's a real thing that happened.
9/11. I mean, what are you supposed to do?
9/11.
It was a long time ago.
But the mother, I mean, like, you can, all right, you got prostitutes, but a mom and a daughter? Come on, Louisville.
So these are the top 10 sleaziest universities. These are the Sleaze rankings, according to ChatGPT, in college sports. And by the way, we're talking about this because we don't find Michigan that sleazy, even though we should.
Yeah.
I mean, we really should.
Not according to this list.
They're not on this list, though.
No.
Louisville Athletics, escort scandal tied to recruiting, basketball title vacated, Rick Pitino era drama.
Come on, dude.
Number 6 is Baylor.
Yeah.
Less sleaze, more institutional breakdown, but still lands here.
Yeah.
Number 7, Tennessee, recruiting violations, McDonald's bags jokes, constant NCAA smoke, even if not always fire. Number 8 is Auburn. We forgot about them. Cam Newton eligibility saga, booster rumors always swirling.
Yeah.
Number 9, University of Arizona, FBI college basketball corruption case, recruiting and payment allegations.
I'm like, whatever.
And number 10 is Ohio State.
Yeah, because wasn't Cam Newton not eligible and then eligible?
Yes. They suspended. So Auburn, once again, did the internal investigation thing, self-reported the NCAA, suspended him like on a Wednesday, and then reinstated him like at the end of the week so that he could play.
No countsies.
Hey, he did get suspended. Technically, he was punished. That was the one where Mississippi State came out and was like, yeah, he wanted some money, and we couldn't come up with it. And then Auburn was like, his dad was a pastor, and he needed some help with the church fund.
That's right.
Although you could make the argument, if I remember correctly, it was $250,000.
Yeah.
That is the best $250,000 ever spent.
Money well spent.
Money well spent.
Well, now guys are going for, what,
That's-
7, 8 million?
7,
What
8
would
mil.
Cam Newton go for?
You can't even get like a backup
Today.
offensive lineman for $250.
$250? Like a starting quarterback will run you at least 3.
Well, what's Cam Newton? Cam Newton's probably the best transfer
Well, like
quarterback we've
Sorsky's
had.
getting what, like 5?
Something like that. Cam Newton.
Newton's getting
now we didn't know
8?
we didn't know at the time that Cam was going to be this.
Right.
Because he came from like Blaine Junior College. So he would not have been that high price, but it's the best deal. Whatever money you paid, he single-handedly took Auburn to a national title and a Heisman Trophy. On the open market, that's got to be worth like 10 mil, but
Well, I think like what about like Leinart and Bush?
yeah.
Like they both came back.
They both came back. In today's world, Bush and Leinart coming back, they're $8 million
Is that $15 million combined?
combined. Yeah.
And number 10 is Ohio State.
And Reggie, I think, ended up was like $500,000. I think is
Yeah,
what they
something
ended
like
up
that.
going down for.
Tattoo Gate, and not the worst, but high-profile slip-ups. Now, they do have, under honorable mention, Sleaze adjacent energy.
Oh, that's fun.
Oregon, Alabama, and Florida State.
Hey, there you go. Oregon with a Sleaze adjacent.
Yeah, it says recruiting controversies over time.
Gotta take that.
I do appreciate the one time that Chip Kelly paid Willie Lyles for a kid that was dead. Remember that?
Yeah, that was a big deal.
They had recruiting information that they paid for, and turns out one of the kids they paid for played against Oregon in the national title game for Auburn, and another one was dead. So
Now, there are two
Needed
new
those reports though.
there are two new teams in the top 5 if she does, and I'm calling ChatGPT as she.
yeah,
If she does her modern Sleaze rankings of the NIL era, she has added Texas A&M as number 1.
okay,
And she has put Colorado in the top 5. And by the way, Oregon jumps to number 6.
yeah. Hey, congratulations, Oregon. You're
You're
moving.
getting better.
You're moving up the chain. Good for you.
And those are the Sleaze rankings, the Sleaze meter, according to ChatGPT. All right, so now Suk is going to defend Michigan,
Just a little bit.
but it's going to only a little,
A little bit.
because come on,
A little bit.
nice little purchase.
Yeah,
You
little
buy 5 new players.
Little bit.
They're all starters,
Yeah.
and you win the title.
Yeah.
Nice little buy. Good little buy.
Good little.
We'll get to that next on the Fan. Equipment malfunction.
Uh-oh.
And wins.
You all right over there?
Well, no.
Oh, boy.
Got mic issues.
Just hold the mic.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go.
Got it. Okay. Michigan won. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Yeah.
But they won the title last night. That team well-deserving, I guess I should say. That, I know a lot of people are trying to debate today if that team should go down as an all-time team.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about that. They were awful dominant, though.
Sure.
And they played the number 1, I think they played the number 2 schedule in all of college basketball, the 2 hardest schedule.
They lost, 3 games all year?
They lost to Purdue, Wisconsin, and Duke. And they cruised through the tournament, man.
Yep.
I mean,
average margin of victory, I think, was 22. Closest was 13. Though the national title game was 6. But they were. I mean, it's the national title game. I mean, I guess you could have blitzed UConn, but and a lot of this too, I think, will like what happens to some of those guys. I think when you look at all-time teams, I do think people want to see if any of those guys go on to do anything.
I think that matters, yes.
Yeah.
Because if we look back and go, oh my God, look at Michigan had all those guys on that team.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to be the case though. And I just wonder if, like, in the NIL world now, because they bought, this is the first team with 5 transfers as starters. All 5 of their starters were transfers.
But Burnett
to win the title.
Burnett had been at Michigan for 3 years, and this is
But
where
they had the other thing about them, they had no bench.
No,
I mean so they just brought in transfers, and I just wonder in the NIL world if teams will be easier. Well, no. Let me ask this first: the all-time great team debate. I don't know what to make of this era.
Yeah.
Like, can you build an all-time great team by just picking off transfers? Maybe it's easier to do it that way. Dusty may have just proven that, or it may be harder. I don't know.
I think it's easier to assemble teams because you can fill holes. Like, it used to be in the olden days, if you lost, if you lost your power forward to the NBA, my God, you better go find another high school kid, or you better have him coming in the pipeline.
But all-time great teams?
I mean, I think those teams from the 80s and 90s before the one and done, I think those are probably going to be the glorified one. Those are going to be the truly great teams. Some of those Duke and UNLV teams, Kentucky teams that guys stuck around for those UCLA teams. Like, you won't be able to do that anymore because those guys are still going to leave after 1 year to go to the NBA. But I do think from a modern standpoint, you're going to have teams that don't really have a lot of weaknesses because, again, you can plug those holes. If I need a point guard, it's no longer scouring the JUCO ranks and hoping that my freshman develops. I'll just go get the best point guard in America from Providence and slip him in, and he's a junior.
Michigan got Cadeau from North Carolina.
Yeah.
They needed a PG. And
he was amazing.
But this is my pushback on the Michigan thing, right? People are going to say, well, Michigan, they bought their team. Lenenborg came from UAB, of all places. By the way, coming out of high school, he had to beg to get to Western Arizona. Like, no one wanted him. He played like 1 year because of grades in high school. He literally begged to walk on and play at Western Arizona, and then went to UAB, and Michigan found him. So let's not act like that kid was, the LeBron James.
Well, he said he had an offer from Kentucky for $7 to $9 million.
But
he went. He said,
well, he was good at UAB. He had
he
the
was
one
good at UAB.
Yeah. But he says that he chose development. He has a little Dante Moore in him.
Yeah.
He says he chose development over the money. Apparently they're saying he took about a third of that. To go to Michigan.
So let's give credit there that Michigan found a way to get a kid that up until that point was not thought of and didn't pay what Kentucky was going to pay. Johnson was a backup at Illinois that didn't play a lot. Mora was buried on the bench. Mick Cronin wouldn't play him at UCLA. And Cadeau was run out of town at North Carolina. They didn't want him. When he left, that was the Bo Nix situation. When North Carolina was ready to run him out of town on a pole, and he was like, okay. And then Burnett played 1 year at Texas Tech, 1 year at Alabama, and played very few minutes. I think he started like 12 games in those 2 years. Was an afterthought. Goes to Michigan. That was his 3rd year at Michigan. So I pushed, people make Michigan out to be like they bought a bunch of mercenaries. Texas Tech last year in football, that was a mercenary team. We've seen mercenary teams before.
Miami
was a mercenary team. This is not, this was selectively grabbing the guys that fit what you wanted and building a team with spare parts. The only player on that team that anyone wanted, as you pointed out, was Yaxel. And he was only wanted for 1 year. And they still found the kid that wasn't all about the money. And the other 4 were any team in America willing to put up any sort of fight could have had any one of those 4 kids. And they ended up at Michigan with Dusty May, and he ran roughshod through this thing. I don't think that is an indictment or that's buying your team. I think that is a cheap, lazy argument that people are making against Michigan.
Yeah, I was just cracking a joke about that. I tend to agree with you.
But there's a lot of people that are trying to throw that narrative of they bought their team, and I think that's crap.
I tend to agree with that in general, which is exactly why I'm saying I don't think they're an all-time team.
Yeah.
That's why.
Sure.
Is these guys... Look, college... This is what I like about college basketball. You still have coaches, really good coaches with really good systems. This is the same thing Dan Hurley's done.
Yeah.
Dan Hurley, we talked about this before we left on Friday, that the way why Dan Hurley is so good, and he's already won 2 titles, is he looks for 2 things. 1, a guy who doesn't mind being dressed down by him 24/7. And 2, he looks for just dudes who could fill specific roles in his offense. That's not going out and buying the elite talent.
No.
And he's won 2 titles that way. So this is why I like college basketball, is that you still have the coaching element. So Dusty May just found really good players that happen to fit perfectly, and he, of course, not happen to, it's by design, the guys he chose to fit into the offense and the defensive style that he runs.
Yeah.
Dude, but I still don't think it's an all-time team because of that. I just think that's just I feel like we're going to see more titles like this in college basketball.
Sure.
And we won't really know what to do with them because, like you said, it can all just gel in 1 year.
Yeah.
And that will be gone the next year.
Yeah.
It's really a year-to-year thing. And so I feel like Michigan going 2 of 15 from 3 and winning that game says a lot. I mean, dude, they were not very good last night.
No.
And they beat
comfortably
a team that it's probably been the best in college basketball over the last 4 years. So they dominated in the paint. Their defense is suffocating. They got to the free throw line and knocked down all their I don't know. They were awesome, but I feel like in today's era, we're rarely going to get the all-time teams unless you do get the opposite of what you're saying, and you get a team that just flat out spends, buys stars, has 3 guys that'll be NBA all-stars eventually, and they win the tournament. Yeah. But it's just not that easy. Yeah. It's not that simple. And that's the beauty of college basketball.
Yeah. Well, I go back, I wanted to look it up because people are going to point out that those Leitner teams that had Hurley and Grant Hill and who was the other Hill they had too? They had 2 Hills.
Troy Hill.
Is it Troy?
No. Troy sounds right.
It's
not Tyrone. Tyrone is the post.
He's the one that threw the pass to.
No, that was Grant.
Was that Grant Hill?
That was Grant Hill.
I thought because there was another Hill. Anywho,
yes.
So whether you want to take that Duke team or you want to take the 2001 team that had Shane Battier, Jay Williams, Carlos Boozer, Dunleavy Jr., Nate James, we won't see that team again, or those Duke teams from the late 80s, early 90s. The UNLV team with Anderson Hunt, Greg Anthony, Stacey Ogman, Larry Johnson.
It was Thomas Hill.
Was it Thomas Hill? Okay, yeah, I was going to say, because there's 2 Hills.
Not to be confused with Dan Tiger Hill from the 1930s Duke football team.
I was thinking him first.
Yeah, Tiger.
But those are just the 2 off the top of my head, or I guess it'd be 3. That UNLV team that beat and then got beat by one of those Duke teams. But that 2000 Duke team and those 2 Duke teams from the 80s, 90s, and that UNLV team, I do not think you can recreate those teams.
And that's why I think you're not going to get all-time teams here.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
I feel like there's something special about having those special players
that stick together,
but also have them play together for 4 years.
The other all-time team that is semi-recent is Villanova with Jalen Brunson, Bridges, DiVincenzo, all those, Amari Spellman. They all stayed for 2-3 years, and they completely dominated that.
That's true.
They won double digits every game in that NCAA tournament and killed everybody.
But are they thought of as an all-time?
I don't think they are. I think
team?
They should be, but I don't know that they are.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
And they've kind of had NBA success. Brunson, one of the best players in the NBA. Mikal Bridges, really good player. Well, DiVincenzo has had a long career as well. That team is really good as well.
Yeah. And then who is it? The Kentucky team. And I know those guys were freshmen, but that was because that kid Gilchrist was on that team.
Davis.
Anthony Davis. Terrence Jones was on that.
Jones, yeah.
I mean, there were some teams that were just I mean, we're stacked, and I think it's harder because unless you win it all as freshmen, those kids are going to get split up, and now that more people can pay, like it's harder to keep a collection like that together. I think the Michigan model of kind of what you were saying of the Dan Hurley, Michigan, same thing, picking guys that fit your system that aren't necessarily the marquee guy out there. I mean, think about that. Had Yaxel not been a little bit wiser and just been like, you know what, I'm taking Kentucky's money, Michigan probably doesn't win a national championship. No. And so it's like, you really do have to find a certain group of guys that all kind of fit your criteria. Indiana, by the way, just did this in football. All their transfers, those were not like any major team in the country could have gone and poached those kids that Indiana went and got, but they found the right kids. And so I think it's too expensive and it's too volatile to go get the superstar team where you just go spend millions of dollars and you try to put together the talent, the old Trader Bob of chemistry is overrated. I'm just going to put together the best collection of talent. I think we're already seeing early on in the NIL era that the carefully selected players, even if they're not the most expensive players, is better than
no question
a team of just expensive mercenaries that are into it for, that are into it for themselves.
When Kansas, I was thinking about Kansas because we've struggled to incorporate these talented freshmen that are 5 stars and come with all the glitz. The one year that they won it, several years ago, 2022 or 22, I think.
Yeah,
they had guys that had been there for years, but they also had younger guys fill in holes too. Yep. So they just, I mean, it is actually starting to be proven that is true.
That's the better model.
So, but I think they're all kind of trying to do that too.
Yeah,
they're all trying to ride that.
Yeah,
I think it's just so hard to hang on to kids now. I saw a tweet that's basically 50% of returning players are already in the portal.
Yeah.
And the portal's been open for 13 hours and there's already 2,600 kids in the portal. So it's impossible.
Yeah, and I think that opens it up for another Dusty May, Michigan out of nowhere type of thing next year.
Yeah.
Like you never know who's going to get it right and just catch lightning in a bottle.
Secret sauce.
You get the right coach, you get the right personnel.
Right systems, right personnel, they stay healthy, and all of a sudden they're the champs.
You find the one trigger guy.
And that was Yaxel for Michigan. He's a stud.
And for Indiana, it was Fernando Mendoza that came from.
Exactly.
How about that? The two most important people in college sports. One was a 1-star or 2-star kid from Cal, and the other one was a JUCO kid that played 2 years at UAB and had one breakout year. Those are the two most important players in college sports.
That's wild.
All right, got to go. Michael Malone, the new coach at North Carolina. We'll get to that coming up on The Fan.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, last night Michigan took home the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship for the first time since 1989, beating UConn 69-63. Point guard Elliot Cadeau, he was named the most outstanding player for the tournament. Potential number 1 overall pick, Fernando Mendoza, he is expected to not be at the NFL draft. Instead, according to Adam Schefter, he will be with his family down in Miami. The last number 1 pick who was not at the draft was Trayvon Walker from Georgia. Oregon transfer guard Jackson Shellstad has scheduled a couple visits in the transfer portal. One is to Arizona, the other is to Louisville. Lakers, they'll be without Luka and Austin Reeves for a while. Now tonight, they take on the Thunder. They'll be without LeBron James as well, as he's out with a foot injury. Thunder 18.5-point favorites on the road in L.A. Trailblazers blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter last night to the Nuggets, losing overtime. Next up for them is a game against the San Antonio Spurs on Wednesday in San Antonio. But maybe some good news, as Spurs center Victor Wembanyama is going to be considered doubtful for that game against the Blazers with a rib contusion. Wemby left last night's game against the 76ers. He is, though, expected to play in at least one more game this season, so he will be eligible for postseason awards. And Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks, don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
All right, welcome back, and we'll be right back, because
Man, thanks for coming.
a little behind. I saw that Connor Stallions was there last night.
Was he? I didn't
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah, he posed for a picture with Portnoy
Oh, God.
in their Michigan gear.
I like that Connor Stallions is a Michigan man through and through.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
it's
just-
kind of weird. He was there, and
Selling vacuum cleaners and...
didn't they fire him?
Yeah, they had to. My guess is he probably got taken care of by Portnoy or Ellison or...
Well, he certainly isn't mad at him.
Nah. Like it's who was the Bonds' trainer that went to jail for him a couple times?
Anderson.
Greg Anderson? Yeah, Greg didn't go to jail for S's and giggles. My guess is that's one of those, hey man, someone's got to fall on the sword and you're going to be the guy and shut your mouth and you'll be taken care of. Because he'll never coach again in football. But I'm guessing that he got a nice severance package.
You know, the other thing about last night's game,
What you got?
Jace, which we should mention here on the Fan Radio Network, the Global Sports Radio Network,
Yes.
Winters Grady of Tualatin
Oh, yeah.
is a champion.
Yes.
He plays for Michigan. Well, he's
It's on the
at Michigan.
There you go.
I mean, he's on the team. He's a freshman.
Yeah.
What do you want? That's a tough lineup to crack.
Yeah, it's like if Bronny James, if Arizona had won a championship, technically, well, I guess it's not Bronny, it's Bryce.
Bryce, yeah.
Yeah, Bryce James would have won a national championship. But,
Right.
you know, damn.
But he didn't.
He
Winters did.
Winter.
Winters Grady. Watch out.
It's a great name.
Name to know, man.
There you go. Well, maybe he'll be the one that sticks around for a couple years at Michigan and be the the key piece to a title 3 years from now.
And then I was looking at those Villanova teams that
Villanova.
Steven was telling us about.
He's got
Boy, I
Josh
tell you,
Hart and all those guys. And basically anyone that played for the New York Knicks.
Yeah, the Knicks roster.
Yeah.
Well, they won two. Mm-hmm. The first one had Josh Hart, Chris Jenkins. What's that guy's name?
Archidiacono. There we go.
Archie
There it is.
Diacono, that guy. Remember that guy?
He played for in the NBA.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on the team. Jalen Brunson
Yeah.
was a starter, and then Mikal Bridges was off the bench.
Yeah.
That was the first team.
It's pretty good. And we don't think of you
No.
want to talk about like we were naming all-time great teams.
That's an all-time great lineup.
And we don't give Villanova the love.
And then, well, I think it's just kind of how they played. Back then, they weren't They weren't like dominant all year, were they? They were really good, but I don't.
Boy,
I think they were a 1 seed though.
Were they? I'll look this up.
And then the second,
But they
team,
were also known to choke. Like that was the whole Villanova saying is they never could get over the big hump with Jay Wright.
Till they did twice.
And then they did. Yeah, and then they did.
The second team was Jalen Brunson, Mikal Bridges as the main pieces, but then they had DiVincenzo, Pascal, and Amari Spellman.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Spellman was a first-round pick, flamed out. Pascal flamed out as well, but they both are the.
Phil Booth do anything for you?
Phil Booth. He was like a 12th-year senior.
I don't know why, but like DiVincenzo sticks out to me on that second team.
Well, I think he got MOP in that.
I just remember that. He's one of those guys that sticks out in my head.
Man, Jay Wright just bowing out, not to be heard from again. Although he is on broadcast, I guess he does some analysis. But
like I do think that Nova team deserves a little more credit than we always give them.
I think you're
for
right.
How good they were.
So they were 32-4, 15-3 in the Big East.
And that second one, they completely dominated the tournament. Like they won every game by double digits, I believe.
This is the first one. Where
the first one was the buzzer beater.
The first one they were a 2 seed.
Okay.
And the second one they were a 1 seed.
Yeah, we don't, and yet that's another one of those. For whatever reason, we kind of
like. I remember they just absolutely annihilated Buddy Hield in that second one in the Final Four. I mean, they won by like 35. It was not.
That's right.
Why do we skip over?
I do think it is. I think it's just that we have to wait some time to see how the guys do in the NBA.
Yeah.
And then when they are making a name for themselves in the NBA, we circle back to the college team and go, whoa.
If Yaxel's good, Michigan will be elevated, this Michigan team.
Yes, exactly.
Or if Mara steps up and is a pro or something like that. But yeah, you got to wait till they play in the professionals.
Because Lana did that Villanova team. And they even won it on, they beat North Carolina on the buzzer beater. And yet maybe it's just because it's Villanova. Right?
Probably because it's Villanova.
I mean, my God, had that been Duke or North Carolina, something like that, that had that, either one of those rosters and won in that fashion, oh my God, wouldn't shut up about it.
Well, yesterday was a big day, and we're going to tell you why. Next on The Fan.
Dirt.
Yesterday was a big day.
It
Not
was.
because Michigan. Well, yeah. Not because Michigan won the title.
I was gonna say I wouldn't say that was a big day. It's a good
Well,
day
it was
for-
Masters Monday.
Oh yeah.
You know, the rest of our segments this week are going to be only Masters coverage.
I got my 3 spot.
We're going to do one player each segment for the rest of the week.
I put in a winning ticket for 3 golfers.
And all we're going to do is just break
it down.
their swings and their stats and their odds.
I did watch about 9 different times the par 3, the John Rahm skipping hole 1, which I don't remember when that happened. That might still be the greatest golf shot I've ever seen in my entire life.
Wait, you talking about skipping across the water?
Yeah.
Yeah, they all do that.
Yeah, for a hole in 1?
Oh, for a hole in one? No.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
Yeah, I
that was.
No, I think that was from
Oh.
it sounds like it was probably from a couple years ago. I did not know that they
Nah.
Yeah, he was out there. I'm assuming it was on the par 3, like
It was in the par 3 contest.
Yeah, the par 3 contest. Yeah, old Romer gets up there, and yeah, the skipping across the pond is a regular thing.
They all do it.
Yeah, he did it, and he made a hole in 1.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I popped up on my feed yesterday, and I was like, what? It's like that happened, and then it was like, oh, they were like throwback to when John Rahm did that, and I was like, how was that not the SportsCenter #1 highlight?
Good little shot.
Yeah, I'd say so. He skips it about 6 times, and then rolls up on the green, makes a big old turn, and goes back down the hill, and
Did
goes
it all
in.
on purpose.
Just the way he planned it.
So we had you guys announced the Thorns fire news yesterday.
Yes.
Dude.
We've known it for a while, but then we were going to announce it, and then I got in trouble because I wasn't supposed to announce it, but I didn't announce it. That was the whole thing.
Yesterday you got in trouble?
No. Remember, like a couple.
This was a while ago.
This was a while ago.
We've been playing games.
Yeah.
On our network.
Yeah.
But yet not.
But it was the fire specifically. We started talking about the fire,
Yeah.
and Suk started mentioning things, and Dusty was in here. He's like, "You may have to turn his
Right.
mic off."
All he said was we didn't have any players yet, and then all of a sudden,
Then I looked at you like,
Shut up!
"Don't-" Yeah.
Can you guys shut up?
But now we can. Yeah,
Shut up.
Well, we've been playing Thorns games,
yes,
It's better than this.
it's not.
even though we couldn't announce that they were the home of the Thorns.
It's very confusing.
And yet we have their games.
Yeah.
But now we can because the fire. We got the fire too.
Yes.
So it's a dual.
It's a dual partnership. I guess we had to wait for the one.
Yeah. They wanted to go together.
Yeah.
They're lovers. So Thorns, fire. We already have the Timbers.
Yeah.
We already have the Seahawks.
The Ducks.
I mean, we have the Ducks. What's left?
Well, we know what's left, but
Well, forget them. They're not coming over here.
nuts. What if we get Dundoned? Huh?
Hey, that's true.
Tommy D.
You know what? It's a good point.
Give
New
us
ownership.
give us a call.
Perhaps a new president.
Hey. Why I don't know why I make Tom Dundon Italian. I just Tommy D. I'm like, hey, it makes me want him to be Italian.
Zook, how you doing? Hey, you want the Blazers over there? You want the Blazers over there on the fan, huh? Big Zook? Big Zook.
The zucchini.
Let's go have a drink.
Hey, yeah.
We'll talk it out.
I want to rattle some ice with Tom Dundon.
He looks like he could drink.
I would hope so. He doesn't seem like he's got a big personality, but you find it out again. Rattle some
Yeah.
ice, see what happens.
He really doesn't. I think he's pretty buttoned up.
Yeah,
But maybe at home.
he's a big family guy.
Oh, God. The worst.
But yes, we are the official
Yes.
home,
Yeah.
and we have players now too.
So we have the
We
Fire,
have some players.
we have the Thorns, we have the Timbers, we have the Ducks, and we have the Seahawks.
Yes,
I mean,
we're collecting infinity stones here in Portland.
Blazers, wake up!
Let's go.
And that was only announced yesterday for some reason.
Those go above my pay grade.
And the Fire start.
The season's like the draft
in
is
2 weeks,
yeah,
right?
the draft is right around the corner, and then it's go time.
I want to say the draft is next week.
Next week? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then camp is it's right after that. It starts
What?
very
What?
soon. We've got next, and then it's we got
You know, my
now.
old man's fired up for some Fire.
Is he really?
Yeah, he wants to go to the games.
It's funny. So my buddy that lives down in Bend, his dad retired down to Georgia, and he is super conservative, just like ultra male competitive, and he has caught a fever for the WNBA too. It's all about drip, man. I had no idea. I was like, when he went and he goes to the Atlanta team, just traded for Angel Reese.
Yeah, saw that.
Yeah, he's all
Clock is wide.
dude, he's all about the WNBA. Bud Light Limes and the WNBA.
Why
and
do you think that is?
I don't know, but it kind of blew me away. And last time I was visiting down there, he showed up and he was all excited about like Caitlin Clark and the WNBA. He's like, man, those gals. I think he likes the fundamentals.
Right.
Because
It's pure basketball.
He's pure. He was like one of those old school guys that wants like bounce passes and like tough defense.
Yeah.
And he likes the fundamentals
It's a
of the
different
game.
game because they like post it. Like in the NBA or college, when the shot clock goes down, guys get the ball, go one-on-one, go pick and roll.
Yeah.
In the women's game, it's like they throw it into the post. There's 6
Yeah.
on the clock. They'll throw it in the post, and they post up.
It is a bit of a throwback.
It's
It's
kind of
the
like
90s, 2000 basketball.
I was thinking more like 1964. I think
Could be that too.
I think it harkens back to the olden days when it's like, yes, just because it's below the rim, it's not super athletic. I think that like it strikes a chord with the old timers.
Well, all I have to say about that is finally.
Yeah. And we have an Instagram hot on our team too.
In your life!
That's a big one. The last gal that we got from the Seattle Storm.
Mika.
Yeah. She's an Instagram influencer, and she's known for being hot. She plays it. She plays into it.
Yes, but can she execute a chest pass with thumbs down?
I don't know.
Like I was taught by Mrs. Saddle Raider.
Oh yeah, I thought was it thumbs down? I thought it was thumbs out.
Thumbs down. She taught me.
But
thumbs down.
Yeah, you're down, but you got to point the thumbs where you want
She
the pass
said
to
thumbs
go.
down.
Can she do the triple threat pose? Because I remember that too. Like you got to get into the triple threat.
Yeah.
Like when you got to face up, triple threat. The fundamentals.
When basketball was good.
These damn athletes
These
ruin.
guys.
Shooting 3-pointers.
Giannis. Are you kidding me?
Who needs a 7-foot guy going downhill at 265?
Wemby. Yeah, like what even is Wemby? That's not basketball.
Why take a 3-pointer when it's worth more points than a 2-pointer? I mean, just take a step in and take a 2-pointer.
Hell yeah, man. Mid-range.
Preaching to the choir.
Need that Calvin Murphy, just pure jump shot.
George Gervin finger roll. Come on.
Give me the logo.
All right. We're ready for In the News already.
Oh yeah,
Your
snuck
noted newsman is back.
up on us. You missed it. It was a busy day in the news yesterday.
Now, did you talk about the car in the river and the
oh
three
yeah.
deads?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I had that for In the News today, so I'll skip that story.
Well, I mean,
although we're finding bodies.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, one was missing. Then we
And we've got some big happenings going on out in Hillsborough tonight.
Ooh.
And gas prices are really high.
Hey, we're not at World War III at least for 2 weeks. That's fun.
So we'll get to In the News coming up next. But first, Stephen with SportsCenter.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This update brought to you by Mountaintop Metal Roofing. No maintenance, energy efficient, fire resistant, and a lifetime warranty. Do it once, do it right. Visit mountaintopmetalroofing.com. First on the Fan, last night, Michigan took home the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, beating UConn 69-63, their first title since 1989. Point guard Elliot Cadeau named Most Outstanding Player. In the NFL Draft, potential number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza is expected to not be at the NFL Draft. Instead, he may be with his family down in Miami, according to Adam Schefter. Oregon point guard Jackson Shellstead, who was in the transfer portal, he is locked in a couple visits, one to Arizona, one to Louisville. Lakers, they'll be without Luka and Austin Reeves for a while, and tonight they take on the Thunder. They'll be without LeBron James, who is out with the foot injury as well. Thunder 18.5-point road favorites over the Lakers. Trailblazers blow a 16-point lead last night in Denver to the Nuggets and end up losing that game in overtime. Next up is a game against the Spurs and Victor Wembanyama, who Isaac Rupp hates. But good news is, in that game, Victor Wembanyama may be doubtful with the rib contusion. Wemby left the game last night against Philadelphia, but he is expected to play in one of the last 3 games of the season, so he's eligible for postseason awards, just maybe not against the Trailblazers. Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks, don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Welcome back. It is
You're right over there. It's 7.
Oh, thanks.
Hey.
April 7, 2026. It's time now for In the News. I'm your noted newsman. Hello. Thank you. Nice to be back. It's brought to you by the Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Hello. Hello. Please be seated. Can you believe this?
What am I believing? You have to tell me, and then I can tell you.
Can you believe this?
Whether I believe. Do I believe now?
It is National Beer Day.
Do you believe? Oh.
Do you believe?
Well,
I'm going to drink a beer tonight because of that.
Yesterday was Beer's Eve, and I didn't understand why it was Beer's Eve, and now I was like, what? Beer's
They're
Eve?
devout alcoholics.
No.
So Beer's Eve is people just making another excuse to drink for beer day when it's not even beer day.
I did have what was my pint yesterday? I believe I had a PBR on tap at the Ship Ahoy.
All right. It is also International Beaver Day.
Oh, all right. Go Beavs.
You know it. Everybody else knows it.
Would you like some fun facts about the beaver?
I would. I like the beaver. I've always felt like
underrated animal.
Yeah. Well, you know me. If I had a bunch of money, I would have undomesticated animals that I would just have running around my place, and one of them would be a beaver. I think it'd be cool. Like if you had like a piece of property and you just had like a cool beaver that hung around, like built stuff in your yard. Let's do it.
Go Beavers! How about that?
The beaver is the largest rodent in North America. You may not know that. It's a rodent.
I thought that'd be the nutria.
I don't think they're a rodent.
Oh, well.
The beaver are a rodent.
I thought
beaver is a rodent.
I thought the nutria was indeed a rodent.
Their teeth are indeed orange.
Yeah,
that's true.
If you ever see that in the wild, it's kind of freaky.
There's a park by my house that has nutria everywhere. Freak me out. One came up and tried to like bite me in the shin.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Are they not rodents?
Apparently not.
They look like rodents, I tell you that.
Or is the beaver bigger? No, the nutria is a rodent. So apparently the beaver's
larger than the nutria.
Oh, I did a bit of an upset.
That's why big beavers, huh?
That's why you come to this program for big beaver news.
They can stay underwater for 6 to 8 minutes. They're known as nature's engineers, which is why Tim the Beaver is the mascot of MIT, a university full of engineer-type brains.
Yeah.
You know, you get that whole...
Oh, yeah.
And they slap their tails on the water, and they do that to alert other beavers to danger.
I'll be damned, dude. The American beaver can get up to 71 pounds. That's a fat beaver.
How about that?
71 pounds? The nutria only gets up to like 25 pounds. The beaver dominates the nutria.
But I'm with Steven.
Bottom line, their ass.
I'm with Steven in this sense. The nutria is a little bit more off-putting.
They're gross, dude.
Yeah, they are gross.
I think they're both kind of cute. Or is the beaver mean? Because I kind of want to hang out with the beaver.
I don't think you're going to get close to a beaver.
No.
Don't clip that.
Please. Like, every time I see a photo of the beaver, I think they're adorable. But then, like, are they mean? Are they going to, like, bite my finger?
Beavers are not inherently mean or aggressive.
See?
But they can become dangerous if they feel threatened.
So I feel like if I had money, I could get, like, a baby beaver and then, like, raise it, and then I'd have, like, a cool beaver pond. I could get, like, little logs to chew on. Be kick-ass.
Don't mess with their dams, though. Their lodges.
Yeah.
That they build.
Well, that's why you have to have, like, a big pond in the backyard where you can,
Dude, they'll go after your ass.
Can build things.
Slap you around with their tail.
Yeah, that thing,
They'll spank you.
That thing can hurt.
$5 a gallon for gas in Oregon.
Yeah, I was already yelled at by the BTJ.
And why would that be?
Well,
it's not your fault.
That's what I said. She's got a car, like a gas car. I have an electric one. And the other day, she backed me in, so I just took her car, and she chastised me over the price of gas. I was like, that was kind of random.
Why?
I didn't make gas $5 a gallon.
So she's mad that you
took her car when I didn't need to take her car, even though
her car is a gas car.
Yes.
And your car is an
electric car.
Yeah.
So I was chastised for it, even though she backed behind me. I guess she wanted me to move her car, pull my car out, and I was like, I just took her car. I went like 8 miles.
Must be nice to be rich.
Yeah.
Gas prices that high, 8 miles? Sheesh.
Seriously.
A paycheck for me.
That's what I thought. She was not messing around. I thought she was kidding. No, she was legitimately upset. I think she was just angry at the gas pump and was taking it out at me. I don't know, yell at me.
Yeah, Portland, Salem, and Eugene seeing very high prices. In some cases, topping $6 for diesel.
Yeah.
For the big trips.
Mm-hmm. Which means, by the way, you're going to pay everything because everything comes by car. So I've seen a lot of places already, like UPS and stuff, that are putting surcharges on packages and whatnot, and just saying, hey, it's for the cost of fuel.
Sorry. You pay. Pay more.
Hey, they took a 2-week break. I guess they got a ceasefire for 2 weeks, allegedly. So, the ending of a civilization apparently will not happen in 27 minutes, as it was originally stated. I guess that'd be 17 minutes, right?
The Hillsborough Hops will debut their brand new stadium tonight in their home opener.
Yeah, so I said it's beautiful out there. You know, he is the voice of the Hops. He said he got the full tour the other day. Said it was spectacular.
I love that word.
Yeah.
That's a good word.
It's a good word.
Spectacular.
Well, they had to upgrade because Major League Baseball now, the minor leagues, they have like a new standard for the ballparks.
Yeah, I haven't been there, but I've seen photos.
Yeah.
And it looks a lot like their old park.
Well, it's built right next to the old park.
Yeah, I know, but it just looks a lot like the old park.
Oh.
I mean, it's just... I don't know. I guess I would have to tour it to see the spectacular nature of it.
I don't
Or
know.
is it possible that Swag's just a homer? I don't know. All these are questions that I have.
It's a good question. It's $150 million. I would assume it's nice.
Boy, that's... Yeah. I mean, they did spend a lot of money on it.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean it's... Look, I'm not saying it's not nice. I'm just saying it looks like the old one. What's different about it? What's new about it? I know they had to upgrade things.
Everything's new.
Well, I know, but I just mean, like, what's unique about it?
Okay, well, I'm looking.
That they didn't have before.
I'm looking here, and it looks to me, because I go to that looks completely different than the old Hops Stadium.
Maybe I don't go enough.
Better seating, the backdrop, the press box, all of that looks much different. Like the seating down below actually is real seats as opposed to bench seating. Yeah, this looks way nicer.
I didn't sit in a real seat when I went to the Hops game?
No, they got bleacher seating. Yeah, this is way, like the photos here, this looks way better than the old stadium.
I stand down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they're playing Spokane tonight, the Indians.
That hasn't been canceled yet.
Give it time.
Yeah, give it time.
And that's about it. They will have 66 home games this season, it says here.
So if you want to go and hear Jason Swigard roll R's and pronounce Latin names with a very cultural appropriating style, get out there. He does a really good job.
So
I wish the Hops were a little closer. That's just it's a bit too far for me to catch a game and then drive home at night. But like a 4th of July or whatever, it's nice to go out to the stadium. They do a nice job out there.
The search continues for a 4th person that was in the car that crashed into the Willamette in downtown Portland yesterday. Monday night, actually.
Can I ask, do we really need to keep searching?
Well,
I mean, can't we just let the river do its thing and eventually...
They were youngs. Does that matter? I mean, parents are probably distraught.
Well, I understand, but at this point...
They were all between the ages of 17 and 20.
Yeah, so you guys are a bunch of morons. You ran from the cops for seemingly no reason, and then you ran through a park, ran through a barricade, ended up in the water. We know what happened, and it is a tragedy. I feel bad that lives are lost, but like at some point, like just the river will do its thing. And
what if they're alive and they were taken in by the streetmen?
We're not going to find them in the river.
Like a pack of wolves.
Ooh. Well, again, eventually they'll make their way back home. I don't know why we keep searching.
Will they?
Look.
Maybe it's a better life out there.
Then that's fine.
He was clearly in some
some
trouble. He's making some poor decisions.
I say part of letting nature take its course is the streetmen. If it's if that's what's happening, he's starting a new life. Then
if they accept you,
I wish him. I wish him like a John Wick situation. I wish him all the best. Is it like a king of the streetmen? I'm just saying. At some point, like we keep searching. What do we? We're not search like. We know what we're gonna find. So just, spare some boats, and eventually, someone walking their dog will. Hey, they're right there.
Poke it with a stick.
Yeah. I still can't get over what they were doing.
I know. Yeah, I mean...
They were going the wrong way down a one-way, blew across NATO, and then
running red lights.
And by the way, you got to know, like when you go across, when you're going down, I think it was like Harvey Milk, wrong way, one way, you plow through NATO, go over obviously all the bumps, the sidewalk, you end up... That is a long way to go from the sidewalk to the water. That's...
Yeah. There's more to be. There are a lot of questions.
Yeah, at no point were you like, hey, maybe like hit the brake or take a left, or you just were like, you can clearly see the water. Did you think you could jump it?
Well, it was at night, right?
Yeah, it was like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
you can
so maybe
still
they couldn't see the water. Maybe they didn't know the water was there.
You didn't see the bridges and the other side, and you just thought there was a big, vast. You just thought that was just a big field.
I'm assuming they thought they could jump it. They thought they could jump the river.
No way.
Yeah.
By the way, we're gonna find out because there is one of the kids lived.
They threw in one of those little life dinghy things, which I asked the question again. Where did they find that? Those are just laying around somewhere?
The life dinghies?
Yeah. Where did they find? Did the cops have one of those? Are the cops prepared for this? They just like reached into the trunk and was like, I got one of these.
Maybe they got it from the boat.
They just ran down to the Portland Spirit?
The Spirit was right there.
I don't know where it was at.
It was right next to it.
Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't see the pictures?
No. I didn't see the Portland Spirit right there.
Yeah, the old girl was sitting there.
Well, hey, well, look, it's
the old battle axe.
Someone's just like, throw one of those over. No, look, I feel bad that obviously people lost their lives, but at some point, like, dude, what were you doing? And again, the river will do what the river does.
There was a lot of warning signs before they got in the river.
Bingo. Lot of warning signs.
Yeah, I had a lot of questions about this.
All the cops said, the cop even was like, yeah, I saw sparks coming from the car the whole way, and it's like, the cop was just like, don't do that. What are you? All right, you're going to stop, right? You're going to, oh my God. The cop as saw that thing was just like, oh boy. It's like, seriously? I would like to know what they were doing. The thought process.
Is it possible that the driver passed out, or like maybe they had a panic, or like, it was drugs or something, like something bad happened in there and they couldn't stop the car? Like it's hard to.
Yeah. If you're the passenger though, you got to tuck and roll. You got no choice.
Yeah. Especially on the grass there.
Yeah, you got to bail. Once you've entered the waterfront there, you gotta roll. You gotta roll out. You got no choice. I don't care how fast you're going. Got bail. Gotta get out of there.
All right, coming up next, walking from Salem to Washington, D.C. Seems like a long walk. Why would we do this?
Are you dribbling a soccer ball while doing it?
Possibly.
I wouldn't recommend that.
That's next on The Fan. I don't think you're going to get close to a beaver.
This is the Fan's window into sports. A view into today's top stories. Brought to you by Window Nation. Online at windownation.com.
Leg to the floor.
Milk, and we have cookies.
R.I.P. Jodes. New sheriff in town, Jodes. Can't harass this one.
She probably could. She's got enough money.
I wonder what would happen.
Jody and Dundon went toe-to-toe.
Yeah.
Burt Cold watching.
It's a hell of a matchup.
Well, Dundon needs the money. He's not super rich, so.
No.
Yeah, you might try to take her out.
I like how he's worth like $2.5 billion, and we're like, hey, he's
Got nothing.
Not that
More.
rich.
not that rich. Got pennies.
This is in the news. Ape 7. 26. I do abbreves now. That's my bit.
I like it.
You know, I was just listening to something the other day that was saying, if you abbreviate on text, you're the worst.
Really?
Yeah. I didn't agree with that at all.
No, I abbreviate all the time.
Totes.
Oh. Really? On text? Isn't that like, I get if you're like abbreviating in like in a formal email, then you're kind of a douche, but
Yeah.
in a text, like,
Yeah.
I voice to text a lot, and half the time I go to send it and I look down, I'm like, that's not what I said. And I'm like, it's close enough. You'll figure it
Well,
out.
what words are you abbreviating? You're abbreviating.
Well, like, IDK is common. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I never have the answers to my wife's questions.
See, I like to write out the words.
Never mind. NVM.
Yeah.
JK.
On my way, stuff like that.
LOL.
Yeah, JK, LOL. Yeah, on my... Yeah. I mean, I think it's all very efficient. I find it delightful.
That makes sense.
I like to spell.
So you don't like...
No, I don't like to do abbreviations. I write laugh out loud.
Dude, I want
No,
to.
you don't.
I'm gonna start writing out laugh out loud. Dude, that's the best thing I've heard in a long time. Just to start typing out laugh out loud. Beautiful.
Well, some people do the ha 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 ha
Yeah.
ha ha ha, and they write it out like
Yeah,
a lot of H's and A's.
Yeah, how many do you decide to,
That means you're laughing harder.
tee-hee? Yeah.
I like to do the bahaha with a B at the start. Yeah,
Do you put the
bah.
W in there? No.
I don't put the W, I just put the B. Baha.
One Oregon woman is leading the way, showing that even the biggest movements start small, Jace. Her name is Emily Waugh, and she said that just 6 weeks ago, her political anger was so overwhelming, she wanted to
Did
walk
you just do
out.
a Warner Herzog there on me? Did you just culturally appropriate a la swag?
I did.
I like it.
Thank you. Where is that? There it is.
The enormity of their stupidity is just overwhelming.
He's got such a good voice. I love that guy.
So she was pissed. She's tired of people crapping on women,
Sure.
and rightly so.
Yeah.
And so she said she was so mad she wanted to walk out the door and never return.
What door was this? What was
Her
she?
front door.
Oh, her
Yeah.
front door.
Yeah, she wanted to just
Oh. I thought she was leaving some sort of like government building thing.
no, she wanted to just up and leave.
Okay.
And never return.
And go where?
Well,
she going to Wonder Woman
was
Island
angry.
where there's no men.
I just want to, you know how people are.
Sure.
So that idea became the Women's Walk Across America, the WWAA, or as some might call it, the WA.
Ah, I see. So there's a bunch of women getting together and we walk across the country? Or they? I'm not me. I don't think they want me.
I don't think they do want you.
No.
No offense.
No.
You could join. So the idea is for a group of walkers to go from Salem over to Washington, D.C. I don't know if you've heard of that. But on the way to Washington, D.C., they're going to advocate for women's rights. And you can join them like a relay whenever you see fit.
Okay.
And when they get there, they will advocate for women's rights at the Capitol.
All right. Well, first off, kudos to you for doing whatever it is you're doing. God bless you. Two things. One, no, I have a job, so I'm not going to do that.
I feel like she maybe is retired.
And two, this again seems like one of those self-serving things that you're really not going to do anything, and you're going to get there and you're going to advocate. Okay, cool. then nothing really gets changed. Then you get to sit around with your friends and be like, man, we really did some good today. And I ask the question, did you? What are we doing? It's the...
Well, you know,
are we raising,
people...
We're advocating?
Well,
is
yes.
this like when I have a campaign?
You gotta fight, Jason. You gotta fight.
I'm going to raise a campaign to raise awareness. Am I going to do anything? No, but I'm going to raise awareness.
That's right. You gotta try. Because if you don't try...
So I just want to make...
Then you're under their thumb.
Care more.
So I just want to make certain. So none of us are aware of women's struggles. I've never heard that before. I didn't know.
Well, it's not that.
Oh, my God. I can't believe that women are being oppressed. News. God, thank you to these brave women for walking.
Well, she said her biggest one was the SAVE Act, which would require voters to present documents in person at elections to register to vote. She believes that would make registration more difficult, especially for married women who have a name change when they're married.
100%. I'm all for it. Yeah.
She says the WA is her response to the constant attacks on women and women's rights in this country right now, and I feel compelled to urge people to do something with their anger.
Okay, but
and it's the same anger I was feeling.
But what is walk?
It made her, yeah, she wants to walk.
But what is that?
It's probably gonna be a brisk walk. She's so pissed. I don't think you're gonna get close to a beaver.
I still don't understand what the walking does.
Raises awareness, Jace.
It's like when some guy's like, I'm gonna paddle from here to Hawaii and is like in support of whatever. I'm like, what?
I think in the end it makes people feel better.
That's all. That's my point. Just say what this is, and that's you gonna feel a sense of accomplishment walking to Washington D.C.
And she'll probably get on the news a few times.
There you go.
And that'll be cool. Hey, look, at least she's trying.
Is she?
Yeah.
Trying to what?
She's trying to create change.
To how?
Well, again,
by
raising awareness and walking and then showing up to the Capitol, pissed off. She's pissed. I don't want.
So when you get to the Capitol, do you get a meeting with?
Maybe they'll storm the Capitol.
Do I just get?
You know a little bit about that.
I do. So if I get all angry and I just show up in the Capitol, I'm like, someone listen to me! Ah!
I think you could if you wanted.
That's what I do.
I don't like your attitude about this.
What's happening right now?
People are pissed, man.
We are. I'm ready to walk. I'm just not walking to. It's a long walk.
Well, like I said, you don't have to go the whole way.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be cowardly if you didn't. But.
Yeah. How about this? How about I don't think you want me, especially after my last commentary, but if you'll have me, I'll fly to DC, I'll take in a Nationals game, and
they don't need you.
I would have like the last, can I 6 blocks? Can I join in 6 blocks? It's about what, you'll get that out of me. Maybe a mile, the last mile. I'll join in and pretend. I've been here since the beginning. Been here since the start of the movement. The WA.
Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. The WA.
Good times. I need to do something to raise awareness.
Well, I mean, they had the No Kings thing recently. It was like 8 million people.
People did. Yeah.
But I think your point is, well, what did that do?
Yeah, but at least that's...
I mean, we all got out there.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, No Kings.
Yeah.
And then we went back to work.
Yeah.
So it's like...
I'm gonna start my own walk of awareness. I'm gonna walk from my house to the New Seasons to get an oatmeal raisin cookie. And I'll tell you what, along that walk...
What are we raising awareness for?
I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out along the way. But it's gonna be a passionate walk. And I'm gonna raise a stink fit. And anyone that wants to come along, they have a nice oatmeal raisin cookie there that I like walking sometimes after dinner. Go down and get myself a nice little treat. And I feel good because I'm walking to get it. It's good. It's like half a mile, I feel like, hey, we're all gonna do our part, right? What's this lady raising awareness for? Just women.
Yeah.
Just
like
women in general.
She's mad about
you know what?
The attack on women.
My oatmeal raisin walk tonight, you know what that's going to be for? Women.
Good.
Now
we're talking.
I'm going in solidarity.
It took a while to get you there.
I'm taking to the streets.
And now Emily Waugh.
Yeah.
He is there.
Yeah. I'm with you, Emily. I'm going to take to the streets tonight in your honor.
That's your in the news, April 7, 2026. It's brought to you by The Advocates, injury attorneys at advocateslaw.com. Let's check in on your Blazers coming up next. We also have a big quarterback ad for one Northwest School. Oh. So we'll get to that coming up next on The Fan.
Hey,
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on The Fan, last night, Michigan won the NCAA Men's Basketball Championship, their first championship since 1989. They beat UConn 69-63. Point guard Elliot Cadeau named Most Outstanding Player of the tournament. Potential number one overall pick in the NFL draft, Fernando Mendoza. He is expected to not be at the actual NFL draft. Instead, he will be down in Miami with his family, according to Adam Schefter. Oregon transfer guard Jackson Shellstad. He has locked in a few visits as he is in the portal. One is to Arizona, the other is to the ACC and Louisville. Los Angeles Lakers, they're already without Luka and Austin Reeves. Now they'll be without LeBron James tonight. He's out with a foot injury as they take on the Thunder. Thunder 18.5-point favorites on the road down in LA. Last night, your Trailblazers blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Denver Nuggets. Lost in overtime. Next up for them is a game against the Spurs on the road on Wednesday. But Some potential good news for the Blazers, as Spurs center Victor Wembanyama is considered doubtful with a rib contusion. Wemby is expected to play in at least one more game this season, which would make him still eligible for postseason awards, where he is the favorite and defensive player of the year. Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He's expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at warrenallen.com.
Your
That's the other thing you missed. We have new
sponsor.
We have new roof overlords.
Hell yeah. Metal roof
Metal.
overlords.
See, and now we got metal music, and it all ties in.
I see that.
See what we did there?
I see what we did there. Look at us go.
Look at us be clever.
God, the money's just flowing in, isn't it, Steven? Steven, you're reaping the rewards, aren't you?
Yeah.
I would say one of the guys from Mountaintop Metal Roofing, he texts into the show every day, and he's quite creative. And it usually revolves around
he's doing
how
bits.
Yeah, he does bits about how something may be going wrong, but if only I had a metal roof, everything would be better. And it's like every day. It's like the new Tyler Hansbrough thing. I appreciate that guy.
Welcome back. I hope you're having a nice little Tuesday.
You didn't throw Juicy in there, though.
We are your sportsmen. My name, Isaac.
Sorry.
That's right. Still Isaac. And Big Sook's right over there.
Right here.
We've got Stephen Vaughn over there on the controls. And we've got a lot to talk about here this hour. Now, you've pissed off Lib Guy.
Yeah, he's very angry.
He doesn't like you now. And look, I get where he's coming from. I'm the worst guy on this topic because, and we're talking about grassroots.
Yeah. There's some random lady who's angry, seemingly over. I don't know. She's
still an idiotic.
She's
a
just
moron.
She's just angry about women and the way they're treated. So she's decided to walk to DC.
Yeah, and he was talking about like the.
Never heard of MLK? Like, yeah, I've heard of Dr. K.
Yeah, and look,
slightly different.
I know I'm wrong about this, but I have to tell you my attitude. I hate my attitude on this. I hate it. I hate that I'm like this, but I am of the opinion that nothing matters. And I will affect.
That's probably not the best.
Well, like I said, I said I hate it. I am the guy who I'm just not going to do anything about anything.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stay in my lane. I'm not Mr. Activist.
Those guys are total losers.
I have opinions, but you're not getting me out to for any sort of grassroots activation. Okay, it's just not going to happen, and I hate that. No. But I'm just telling you right now. It's not me. I don't think it. I mean, I know it works. We have examples that it works.
Yes.
Worldwide.
Yes.
And yet,
this isn't one of them.
Bro, I'm out.
Yeah.
He said I'm off.
They've got me. The government's just got me.
They've beaten you.
They've
down.
got me. Yeah. Just hand me a drink and I'll be fine.
I'm not gonna take the old Selma marches there and equate him to what this lady's doing, but more power to her.
But I think that's why people like that do this. Yeah. You just it's got to start somewhere.
Do they, or more often
somewhere.
than not, you do it because you want to give yourself a pat on the back.
And by the way, somebody else mentioned this too. Before we get back on track here, we have the Thorns and the Fire now.
Yes.
Why are we not doing a show at the Sports Bra? Why are the sports bros not going to the sports bras?
I think herein lies the problem. Much like I don't think that March wants me there, I'm not certain the sports bra wants us there either. And that's the two of us.
I bet not.
I'm not.
But that's not all, folks.
I mean, seriously, if they pitched the sports bra and having our show out there, do you think they'd be like, oh, those guys? Yeah. I'm not really sure that's a fit.
Yeah, I
Probably the
definitely.
last show at the station. No offense.
I'm not
Yeah.
not certain that.
Which
we're the
show would
ones.
be the best out there for them?
Dirt and Sprague.
Really?
You think so?
I don't know.
Boy.
I don't think we have a show for them. This is a problem. There's
That's
a
what
hole.
I'm saying. Like,
There's a hole in the lineup.
Maybe-
out of all of them, I think those two.
Maybe Luke Anderson.
I feel like Patrick,
Patrick. Yeah, Patrick's. Yeah, he's kind
but
of.
not Danny.
But Dan,
Not
yeah, but then
Danny.
you throw Danny in there.
It's tough.
Maybe we send Patrick and a woman.
We don't have a woman anymore.
Yeah, that's again. Here we go being sexist.
We're back. We're just giving it to Patrick. Patrick does a solo show, and we send him out there and call
Yeah.
it good.
Patrick, go out there and don't piss anyone off like these two would.
Yeah. I
Well-
keep meaning to get out there to the sports bra, and I haven't-
refresh my
haven't yet.
email every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Hoping for the Ryan Cooley, hey, live broadcast at the Sports Bra email. But
I'll
I'm
tell
not,
you what,
I'm
the
not
day
getting-
that comes, that will be the greatest on-site event. Well, the greatest on-site event since we gave away cat food at the Damascus Buy Mart. But, I mean, that was like 20 years ago, 20 plus years ago. I'm waiting for the day that we head to the Sports Bra. It's phenomenal.
Someone said you scare the locals. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. And we did have a woman on the air
Kinda.
for a while.
Yeah, she was here like once every third day.
Well, that was the deal. We didn't pay her anything because we're sexist.
No, she just didn't show up for work a lot. She had like 9 other jobs that were more important
right.
than this one.
Right. But when you don't pay people a proper salary, they have to have 9 jobs.
No, well, valid point.
So
Well,
there.
So you are.
I'm going to march for that.
That's we're taking to the street.
I'm marching for women in radio salaries.
I already told you I'm marching
And
tonight.
producers.
I'm marching tonight for women's rights down to get my cookie. You know.
I bet you Steven made more than she did.
I can't comment on those.
I don't know, man.
Those are above my negotiations. I'm not sure Steven's swimming in it. I think he was offended by that statement.
Yeah.
Well, listen. I was telling you, it was not a good deal.
Yeah, boy.
I am very pleased and happy with where my salary is at, young sirs.
I just got hit with must be so nice to be privileged. Dope.
Well, you know what? It kind of is.
I'm taking my white privilege to the new seasons tonight. That's all I know.
Women in sports do need a little more credit. I will say that.
100%.
They've gotten really far. You know, they've gotten farther than where they've been. Diane Rossini, obviously.
Diane Rossini, by the way,
moving on up in the world.
Yeah, she got Mike Vrabel.
She's dating Mike Vrabel.
Yeah,
she denied it.
What do you mean? They're in a pool.
Denied it.
They're in a pool together. He's shirtless. She's in a swimsuit, and they're like, we're denying that
Could that be where he wanted to conduct the interview?
while holding hands.
See, now that would be sexist. Hey, I'm only gonna do the interview, but at a pool,
Right.
While holding hands,
Right. We have to hold hands.
Why are we denying?
snuggle.
Why are we denying things when there's photographic evidence?
Well, I think she's probably, again, because people for the longest time will find any little thing they can to
use it
rip
against her.
a woman in sports. Yes, and so she knows she needs to protect her reputation, even though all she's doing is just living her best life, doing it with the coach. That's fine. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
Yeah. What is that? Why is that a big deal?
Because she's a woman. This is the whole point. This is the whole point of why this woman is
Because
marching.
people think that she's where she's at because she's
Correct.
boning Mike Vrabel.
That's right.
And that's farthest
That's
from the
right.
truth. She has
And
worked
that-
very
that
hard to
is-
get where she's at.
She's
and
amazing. She's a very good reporter.
she is. Like I said, she's probably A-list NFL analyst right
But
now.
if that's the case, then should you not date the NFL coach? Or if you are going to date the NFL coach, don't get caught on footage doing
Hey,
it?
who am I to deny true love, bro?
Well, but again, the man will just stick it in wherever he wants, and there's no consequence. She can't do that?
No, I think she can. I just don't understand the denial.
Well, again, she's trying to protect her reputation. You don't know what it's like to be a woman. You're just a white, privileged man.
It's true. But I'm going to march tonight, and I'm going to get a little piece of that. I'm going to know deep down inside.
All right.
Yeah.
Coming up,
The last like 20 minutes of taking a whole left-hand turn because there's an angry lady who's walking to D.C.
well, and an angry texture.
That's true.
You got lib guy who's not happy with you, and you're a soy boy. You're like,
Yeah, dude.
you're
I'm
the
on,
EV
one
guy.
of them.
I'm on their side.
You're
I got
one
an
of
EV.
them.
I'm going to roll up in my EV to the sports bra one of these days.
Blazers. It's finally coming to an end, or is it?
Boy, last night was brutal. How do you gack that away?
Well, probably because you're not as good as the other team.
Still, you had a 17-point lead in the fourth quarter.
16. Yeah.
Classic NBA.
Sheebus.
Classic NBA. Denver's like, you know what? Let's just start making some shots. Okay, I'm tired of this. Okay, let's go. Crank up a little defense, and boom. Blazers lose.
Someone's saying, are they both married?
Now that's a problem.
Is this where the denial?
And that would be why she's denying it. Why do they have a photo in a swimming pool holding... Wait, is that true?
Yeah, I saw it. I mean,
are you sure you didn't get ball sacked?
No, it's like there's multiple photos of them out there.
Well, so this is a scandal.
Okay.
It's not a relationship, it's a scandal.
Yeah.
No.
They're at a pool together, and they're holding hands, and then he's got his arms around... Look, if your wife saw photos of you with Diana Rossini, and those are the photos, your balls would be in a vice, my friend.
Yeah, because she is refuting it. She's refuted all of this.
And he is married. She's married too, yeah. Boy.
But then there's pictures.
Okay.
You can't
I can't defend her.
You can't refute that.
I can.
How?
I don't know.
You're just saying get it in wherever you...
Sure.
I mean, like it didn't stop Sharon Moore until he,
Until it did.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Well, now at least we understand why the denial happened. I was like,
there
are
we
you
go.
serious? Like, and then you're like, it's a must-lie situation.
She's a home wrecker. Wait.
Well, he's a home wrecker.
He's a home
They're
wrecker.
both
Both
home
are,
wreckers. Dude,
See, that was sexist.
Call Cobra.
Yeah, that was sexist,
and there's
bro.
money there to be made. So, they're both divorce attorneys.
Tell you what, though,
Goldberg Jones licking their chops right now, getting a big, tasty piece of that pie.
how does it make you feel that Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel, were hitting on one another?
I know.
And Holly Rowe was the one hitting on you.
Well,
how do we feel?
I think we've learned where I slot into this whole thing.
Hey, at least I don't have any.
You're no Vrabel.
I'm no Mike Vrabel.
Yeah, I'm no Big Sook. I didn't even.
No.
I mean, I was actually offended that Holly Rowe was into Sook. Like, wait a minute.
I don't think there was any scandalous photos of me at the pool with Holly Rowe, though. I wish. Wouldn't that have been something? There, my little short shorts, hanging out, just watching some film.
All right, the Blazers season is almost over, and we have a college football quarterback commit that's probably worth discussing. I mean, mentioning.
Yeah.
And we will do that coming up on The Fan. All right, we're back on the air, believe it or not.
Have we done pissing off Martian people?
Nah, we'll find someone else to piss off shortly.
Still got over an hour.
Yeah, that's right. We have an hour and a half.
Give it time.
Kidding me?
Yeah.
Well, the Blazers have 3 games left, mercifully. Not that it's been a horrible season. It hasn't.
No, I mean,
It's just been kind of maybe a non-memorable one, at least so far.
We were talking about this while you were gone, but I posed the question that Denver game was a huge game, and they could have had it, should have had it, didn't have it. But they're going to be the 8 or the 9, and regardless of how this happens, if I told you at the start of the season, this ends up being a 40-win team, you're going to make some version of the playoffs with all the injuries and your coach being fired, you can kind of see through the crud and say that this was a somewhat productive year, but the weird part is there's nothing really to build on because this is not going to be the same team. Tom Dundon basically announced that they ain't running this thing back. You're going to probably have a different coach, I would say more than likely. I don't know about the front office, but there is going to be a major trade. You're not going to stand put and run this thing back, so it just kind of feels unfortunately like another wasted shred year, but the result
That's
of
what it was.
It's going to be the first time in 5 years you're even sniffing the playoffs.
I know, but I think exactly what you just described is exactly what Tom Dundon said on day one that he hates.
Yeah.
That's not the standard.
No.
He's like, this isn't good enough. I don't care that he basically said, I don't care that you're 40 and 38.
Yes.
Or whatever. And good for him for saying
40
that.
and 39, thank you.
Well, they lost last night.
Lost last night.
But
more importantly, they won 38 games this year, so someone here cashed an over.
I mean, it has to be a successful season. They win over the win total.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's a nice
and that's
little
fine.
payoff.
Call it a success, but Tom Dundon don't call that no success, bro.
Wow.
That's right. See how that got your attention?
That was edgy.
And that's what I love about him.
Bro.
Is like this idea that the Blazers are telling, like that's exactly what Jode would have sold you on. It's like, well, you got something to, and you get all excited about it, and then you come out next year and you're instantly disappointed, and that's on you because it's been happening for 15 years. Now we got a new owner who don't take that S,
and I will say,
and he's already said as much.
Yeah, I'm excited the fact that Joe Cronin,
great.
Whether he's back or not, who knows? But there has clearly been an edict that this is not going to be status quo. And I do like that a fire has been lit. That being said, I would still like to see them finish out the season and actually make the playoffs. Look, I understand.
Is the play in the playoffs?
No, because you're going to be in the play-in. You're guaranteed.
Right. Okay, so you have to be the 7 or the 8.
Yes, they are 7. Well, no, they're going to be the 8 or the 9. They're not. Can't be the 7.
I know.
Can't be
I'm
the
saying
10.
to make the playoffs, you have to be the eventual 7 or 8.
Yes,
that's what you're saying.
Yes.
So the play-in tournament isn't
care.
even
No,
the playoffs.
It is not.
Okay.
To me,
and somehow Blazer fans are calling that a successful season. That blows me away.
If you make the playoffs with everything that's gone on, and you look at the development of Klingon, Denny, it's been a weird year because now people hate Denny.
Why do we hate him now?
Well,
that changed since
he can't shoot.
He can't.
I went on a 3-day weekend and now you hate him?
Yeah, people are turning on.
What is wrong with you people? He's the only good thing you have.
Well,
yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's undeserved. Honestly, undeserved hate.
Yes.
He's
Wait,
awesome.
so he can't shoot now.
He can't shoot. He's down to 31% on threes.
Yeah.
Like he just cannot shoot the basketball, but
And
he still gets to the free throw line.
He still gets to the free throw line. So people are, it's kind of like the one trick pony. Like people convince themselves that he could be the best player on the team. And now I think they finally realized that was crap. And now, like, there's this, Blazer fans, they swung the other way, and it's a weird thing.
Hey, we love our role players, though.
We do.
Fascinating.
But Tumani can make every shot now.
Yeah,
well, and Kamara, it's funny. He started the year, and everyone was down on him, and now he's back to being the best 3-and-D guy in the league, and everyone loves him. And Klingon's the future star. He's
is it possible?
It's been a weird year.
Not to like bring up something that doesn't matter, but it really doesn't matter. But for the sake of this conversation, is it possible that Denny Avdia's nice season wasn't quite what we all thought it was? I mean, is that like you don't just turn into a perennial all-star. Well, maybe you do. But I'm just saying the idea that we took Denny Avdia, who had a very nice season and became an all-star, and turned him into that, like, permanently, that's also on us, right?
Yeah.
Because, guys, that's not necessarily how it works, particularly for guys like Denny Avdia. I mean, now, if you're Kevin Durant, I mean, Kobe Bryant takes a year and then he pops, right?
Yes.
That's not Denny Avdia.
You are right. In the NBA, if you've been in the league for 5 years, you usually don't take the jump from good little player to all-star.
Right.
Yes, that is true.
So he's had one nice season, and so maybe some regression was to be expected.
I agree. I think the first half of the season was incredible. I will say I do think it is somewhat sustainable the way he plays, that he'll still be fringe all-star going forward. I don't think it's going to be a considerable drop-off. Even without the shooting, he's still putting up really good numbers. And getting to the free throw line is an art. Like, that is a real thing. And he's learned, look, I'm 6'9", 230, 240.
Yes.
If I just run as fast as I can at people, they're going to foul me.
I don't think anyone was saying like this was a fluke,
right,
or he's a fraud. That's not true. It's just fringe all-star is very different than
as Suk said,
perennial all-star.
He's not the best player on a really good team.
He cannot be the best player, but I think the idea...
But he found an area here where he could shine.
Look, I think the idea going in, if you want to say what progress was made, one, you have Dundon, who's going to insist on
He's going to roll some heads.
He's going to roll some heads.
And I love it.
And I think that you have 3 legitimate pieces to build. Like, this is not, whatever happens, right? This is not a blank canvas. Donovan Clingan is a starting center in this league, and I think is going to be a good one. I think he has the potential to be a borderline all-star player. Like, he could have a breakout year, kind of what Denny did, and make an all-star team.
I think he's a top 10 center already.
Yes. So will he be a star? I don't know, but I think he's got the potential. His best could be a borderline. Remember, like, Brad Miller made some all-star teams, something like that.
Jamal McGlure.
Yeah. And then you've got Denny, who is an all-star level player. Is there holes in his game? Yes. And is he a kind of a one-trick pony? Sure. But this year was not a fluke that he made the all-star game. And I think you have a guy in Tamani Kamara that at the beginning of the year people were a little soft on, but there's another guy that on any team in the NBA, that guy is a valuable piece. Regardless of what else, Shaedon Sharpe, Scoot, whatever, you have 3 pieces there that are good, solid pieces moving forward. And with all that crap, you're a borderline playoff team. Finally, it does feel like there's something to put your feet on and feel good about going into next year, regardless of what this is. And maybe we get the fact that you're going to get a playoff-ish, at least, game in the Rose Garden,
Can I give you 3 words that you guys have said that absolutely hilarious to me? One is ish. Playoff-ish, another is fringe, and another is borderline.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
that's the Portland Trailblazers in a nutshell.
Exactly. This is what you're selling. None of it is good enough. It all sucks. Yeah. Rip it up, Dundon. Dundon, right? Yeah. And
Tommy D!
Start new.
I'll say this. Definitively, no fringe words. They have 3 players.
Yes.
They have 3 players.
Except he called them borderline.
No. They have 3
you
players.
You call them
borderline all-stars.
3 players on their team that anybody in the league would want on their roster.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes.
And you can go out and you can find role players to fill out the rest. But you have 3 guys that you say all teams in the NBA would take those guys in a heartbeat and they could play in a playoff series.
So trade them.
No, you don't trade those guys. Trade anybody else.
Trade him for Giannis.
Well,
would that get a deal?
I would say it does feel like the best player on this team next year is not on the roster currently. And it sure seems like Tom Dundon, and they do this with a lot of new owners, right? Minnesota did this with Gobert. We saw, obviously, when Ishbia took over the Suns. This feels like Tom Dundon come hell or high water. And I guess it does take 2 to make a deal. But it sure feels like there will be someone next year that will be their best player that is not on the roster right now. So what does that look like? Who knows? Because all those 3 guys that we mentioned, and Sharpe and Scoot, while I don't feel the same way about them as I do the other 3, they would still have value. So some version of those 3 that we talked about, and then throw in Scoot or Sharpe, some version of those 5 guys, probably 2 of them at least, maybe 3 are not going to be on this roster next year, and someone is.
Well, that right there. If I'm a Blazers fan, that is what makes me excited. Not the idea of, oh, Klingon's a top 10, and this guy's borderline, and this guy's a fringe all-star, and this guy's a kind of ish playoff. Get out of here. What you just said, though, is, I think, the exciting thing.
Yeah.
And that is hope that Dundon is going to crank this bitch up.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how that goes. That may be a disaster. Yeah. I don't know.
What an
It
exciting
very
time.
well could be a disaster.
I just enjoyed, like last night I was sitting there and I was watching that game against the Nuggets and they were playing so well, and then it just, down the stretch and it, even into overtime. I just kind of enjoyed that for the first time in 5 years, we're the last back half of the season and there are meaningful playoff games. And I'm not even a diehard Blazer fan, far from it. So the fact that there are Blazer fans that for the first time in half a decade are getting meaningful basketball, I appreciate that.
Meaningful playoff-ish games.
Well, they're meaningful games. They are.
They're
But let's
trying
not
to win.
call them playoff
They're
games,
trying
but
to
I
win.
get you.
This is the first time they've tried to win in 4 or 5 years.
So I'll say this: while I may not be a passionate Blazer fan, I am a passionate Detroit Red Wing fan. Okay. And the Red Wings have not made the playoffs. They now have the longest stretch in the NHL of not making the postseason. It's been a freaking decade. 10 years they haven't made the postseason. And
bunch of losers.
Oh, God. And they are...
Those guys are total losers.
And they are now, with a couple games left, they are fighting for their playoff life.
You're a loser.
And ultimately, dude, if they make the postseason as the 8th seed, I know what's waiting for them, and it's a first-round ass-kicking. But again... After 10 years of this crap, the fact that I have meaningful hockey to watch in April excites me. I know it's not leading to anything. I know this team isn't winning a Stanley Cup, but my God, I just want to see a playoff game. I want to know that something
playoff-ish game.
Playoff-ish game. I want to see something different, and I can appreciate
different. Yes, and maybe Dundon. That's the fun part. Is maybe Dundon will usher in something different.
But you do make a good point, Rob, because it does seem like Dundon is going to clean some house this offseason. Yeah. So anything that, if you think anybody's good on this Trailblazer team, you think Splitter's a good coach, it does not matter.
Right.
Everybody is on the table to be traded, cut, whatever.
Tell you. Yeah, I got to tell you. And this is something that we'll reconvene on in the fall when they start back up. But if Dundon, if it has the same feel as this, and again, it's like you're saying, it's not a bad feel. It's just it's middle of the road, whatever. Yeah. It's better than sucking eggs. If it has the same feel with the Klingon talk and the Sharp talk and Avdia's back and that's it.
Scoot's looking good.
Even under the new owner, and Joe Cronin's still there saying all the same crap. Like, if that's the same thing in the fall, I might lose my S on the air.
The Blazers are officially cursed if that's the case.
Because I'm not saying Dundon knows. I don't know. Just a different approach, a more aggressive approach to get out of the middle of the pack.
Yeah.
That effort doesn't even have to work. That effort is a start. And that would be the only thing I would be excited about if I'm a Blazer fan.
It's been like this since, 2000?
Yes.
When they played the Western Conference Finals?
Yeah.
Long
That was the
time.
last time they were a real contender.
And let's be honest.
And they weren't a real contender.
Well, let's be honest.
2000? Lakers?
Oh, 2000.
Yeah.
I thought you were sorry. I
No,
thought you were talking
Yeah,
about the
I thought-
Dame.
Oh,
run
no.
to the
The
Western
last time they were
Conference.
contenders was
Yes,
2000. I mean, that was the last time they did anything different.
25 years ago.
They went and they got all these guys. They brought him in, all these stars, all these good players, and it worked, just not for a title.
Yeah, I would argue with you and say that maybe the Roy, Odin, Aldridge, like some of the buzz
that had a real
there
buzz.
was that was cruising.
That was wild.
If I were a Blazer fan at that time, I'd have been really excited. Yeah. It didn't work out. Injuries. But then Damian Lillard to keep people happy, but at the same time, that whole era
felt wasted.
Yeah, it
was fun.
It was
but
fun.
It never felt.
There were some great moments.
Yeah.
Like now that, to your point, like as a fan, you can't really bitch about. Like, there's a lot of negatives about the era.
Yeah.
But you also had some
really
electric moments
Yeah.
with Damian Lillard. And it was mostly all due to Damian Lillard, really.
Yeah.
But that's what one player can do for you. So he at least held up his end of the bargain.
I think it's really sexy.
I just know for small market teams or any team for that, winning championships is really hard. And obviously the goal should be to win championships, but God, not many people get to. So just the fact that you can be sniffing around something, and that goes to the Lillard, they made one trip to the final or Western Conference Finals, and he had big moments. Well, ultimately, that's not where you want to be. It's still exciting. It is. And I think you can say that for most sports. There's very few teams that go into with the idea that you can actually win a title. But there's a far cry from not thinking you can win a title to being irrelevant. And I just am tired of being irrelevant. And that's just,
you should be.
And everyone should be.
So as it stands now, the Blazers would be the 9, and they would host Golden State.
Yeah.
With that, so they would be the 9 and host Golden State. If they won that game, then they would play the loser of the Suns Clippers.
Yes.
And the winner of that game would be the 8 seed.
Yes.
And then you would have the right to be pummeled by the Oklahoma City Thunder.
And I will say too that
in the playoffs ish.
And if you make
that's the real playoffs.
And to be fair, people I know people
borderline.
Are going to get all pissy about it. But if you do make the playoffs, you do lose your first round pick to Chicago. Yep. But you're going to then you get it next year. Look, you're losing it one of the 2 years. You're losing it this year or next year. So I mean, I don't know. The idea that your pick in the 12th pick is what's going to turn this franchise around. You're getting one this year or next year.
They need another young Hansen, so let's not lose that pick.
All right, we've got quarterback news, and we'll get to that next. Here's Vaughn with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, last night was the end of college basketball. Michigan defeats UConn 69-63, Michigan's first men's basketball championship since 1989. Point guard Elliot Cadeau, he was named the most outstanding player of the tournament. In the NFL draft, potential number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza is expected to not be at the NFL draft. Instead, he'll be with his family down in Miami. The last number 1 pick that was not there was Trayvon Walker back in 2022. Oregon transfer guard Jackson Shellstad has a couple visits locked in. He'll be visiting Arizona and Louisville in an effort to find his new school. Lakers, they'll be without Luka and Austin Reeves for a while, and now tonight they take on the Thunder. They'll be without LeBron James as well. Thunder 18.5-point favorites on the road in LA. Trailblazers last night blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter to the Nuggets. End up losing in overtime. They're now a half game back for the 8th seed in the Western Conference. Next up is a game in San Antonio tomorrow against the Spurs. But some positive news for the Blazers is that Spurs star center Victor Wembanyama is considered doubtful with a rib contusion, but according to numerous sources, Wemby is expected to be okay, and he should play in at least one more game this season so that he is eligible for postseason awards. Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work. Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call Georgia Coy at WarrenAllen.com.
Not yet. Can't get rid of us that easy. We still got the club.
Oh, yeah.
So the quarterback news I was talking about is UW landing a big 4-star kid.
Yeah.
2027. Now,
So
it's
he'll
like,
be playing for, I don't know, LSU in year or two?
look at that. You sound like me and the Blazers.
No, but I
No
have
faith.
I have said all along that I would not be paying big money for high school quarterbacks.
Well, I don't know if they paid him big money. I mean, he's a 4-star kid.
He's like 6'5", 235.
Yeah,
he's
he's huge. The comp is like a less mobile Josh Allen. They
Yes.
said his name is Blake Roscoff.
He is a top 15, I believe, quarterback I saw for the 2027 class.
He's from Arizona. So you could make the case that, and he chose Washington over UCLA, Mississippi State, and North Carolina.
Yeah.
You could make the case that that may be the sweet spot for freshman quarterbacks. You
Sure,
know? Like,
yeah.
you probably had to give him some money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're not breaking the bank for
No,
him.
you're not. Nico coming out of school, whatever, at high school when he went to Tennessee, it was like $3 million, I think it was, or something like that. And yeah, it's just it's tough. But UW, I guess, has had a nice recruiting class, even though Jed Fish doesn't want to be there, and neither does his quarterback. They've done a nice job. I guess the next year's recruiting class is shaping up well, at least right now.
Well, good.
Because again, commits are different. You actually have to.
He's always been a pretty good recruiter.
Yes, just he doesn't want to be anywhere, and he doesn't want to be at UW. It is kind of funny that the coach wants to be somewhere else, and the quarterback actively tried to leave, and then the fan base hated the quarterback, and now they're like, no, he's great, he wants to be here, and yeah, Jed Fish and his wife love it here.
It's like the Max Crosby thing.
Yes.
Oh no,
it's fine.
He's recommitted to the Raiders.
It's great. But that's the world of college.
Well,
football.
hasn't he always been like that though?
Who, Jed Fish?
Yes.
Yes.
I feel like even when he was at UCLA, they were saying he was sniffing around. He was always wanting out of there.
Jed Fish.
He's just an antsy dude.
He is an antsy guy. Yes.
It's like Lane Kiffin.
He's never really happy. And if you think UW is his final destination, I don't know what to tell you. And UW fan knows
It's a
it.
good job though.
It is, but he doesn't want it. Well, he wants a better one. He wants a better one. He just does.
Some people you just can't make happy.
No.
It's like that's a good job.
Yes. But I mean, until you land the Florida job or the LSU job or something, it's even Lane Kiffin had a job at Miss. Lane Kiffin had the job at Ole Miss, and you can clearly win a national title there or come close to it because they damn near did it last year without Lane Kiffin, and it still wasn't good enough to keep him.
I have in my sports radio notes here.
Yeah.
My world famous award winning notes.
Yes.
That you said on the 27th of February.
Yes.
You said that Deion Sanders will be stepping down October 17th.
Yes.
Citing health reasons.
I do not believe that he will be the coach at Colorado.
Yes. So I put that in my notes.
Yeah.
So I am also going to put in my notes today's date, 4/7/26. Okay? And we're going to write by that little note, and this will go nowhere.
Okay.
I am going to proclaim that Jed Fish's next job will be worse than his current job.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
So Jed Fish is not going to LSU or, the proverbial I don't know. What was he? What did he want?
He wants
What is Jed
Florida was always rumored for him.
The Florida job is the one supposedly that he claimed. People close to him claim that it's like his dream job.
This one may take a while to suss out.
Yeah.
But I am writing in here, Jed Fish's next job will be worse than UW job. I'm putting that right
He's
next
going
to
to
your...
the Pac-12.
Okay.
I think he might
West.
get... I think it's possible that nobody wants him, so he stays at Washington, flames out, gets fired, and then ends up at... I don't know, San Diego State. Right?
Here is the problem that I have with the Jed Fishes of the world and why I feel for the Huskies. And I think there's a lot of coaches and programs that feel like this. That's a nice program. Played for a national title just a couple years ago. Have won national championships in the past. Beautiful stadium, great setting, cool city, a lot of things to like. With Jed Fish, and I think this probably goes for 70% of the coaches in the country and fan bases, if Jed Fish has a big season at UW and they go 10-2, they go 11-1, right? Finish 5th in the country, go to the College World Playoff. He's gone. And therein lies the biggest problem I feel this in college sports, because everyone's going to sit there and bitch and moan about the players. Just Jay Billis had a great one. Jay Billis was on a panel, and I love Jay Billis because he just tells everyone else to cram it. He was talking, because Calipari is one of the guys that are, that's championing the, oh my God, like we have to do something. This player movement is killing us. And Jay Billis just goes right at him about how many times that Calipari and all the different coaches that have left. So you can say all you want about Damon Williams or whoever leaving. These coaches and your program, does anyone, and I mean anyone, believe that if Jed Fish had that season that he wouldn't leave? Kalen DeBoer did it. Kalen DeBoer had that season at UW and had that team coming back and everything was going to be hunky-dory. And what happened? Thanks for coming. I'm at Alabama. And that goes for, like I said, there's maybe 10 schools in the country, maybe 10, that are immune to this. And that,
I agree with that.
And that is a huge problem that we have
to
me in college sports. Basketball might be even worse because you don't even have to have the special season when you end up in the top 10. You used to have a special season where you make the NCAA tournament, you win 1 or 2 playoff games, you make it to the Sweet 16. Thanks for coming. Dusty May? Anybody?
What does Lanning make?
Lanning, I think, makes over 9.
Does he?
Yeah.
What's Fish make?
I want to say...
Okay, no, let me ask you this. What did DeBoer make?
I think they were willing to pay him. His new contract was going to be $8 or $9 million.
Yeah, okay. So what I was going to say
wasn't a money thing.
What I was going to say is and Jed Fish will probably bounce because that's Jed Fish.
Yeah.
But if you're willing to pay, you can keep your coach. Oregon has done it. And if Oregon can do it, I think Washington can do it.
Actually, Oregon only did it one time, and that's because Dan Lanning is fairly unique. But the previous coaches, they didn't.
You got to find the unique guy.
Jed Fish.
You have to do that. That's what you have to do.
Annual average salary, $7.75 million.
Yeah.
22nd highest paid coach.
Dude, he's making good bank. But yeah, so like
22nd in the nation.
If he gets the $10 million offer, he's gone.
By the way, Kalen DeBoer, when he was rumored for the Alabama job, UW offered him a $9.4 million contract.
So that right there tells me that they can keep a coach. It's not going to be Jed Fish because Jed Fish is wired differently, it seems.
But it couldn't keep Kalen DeBoer.
Well, no, but that's the Alabama job. Look, it's hard. I get it. But Oregon has kept Dan Lanning. There are schools that can keep their coach. What I'm saying is the way you're going to do it is with money. And if Washington cannot and will not step up to pay a Kalen DeBoer, or let's say Jed Fish has a 12-win season or whatever, if you won't step up to pay him, you are going to lose him. The only way you can hope to keep them is get into the money game, and I don't know, whatever ways Oregon has done it with Dan Lanning, find out how, because it worked.
I also think that it's not – Oregon was unique because Oregon, especially in this world of NIL, it's not about paying Dan Lanning. Oregon can pay for everything, and they're one of probably 8 schools that can do that. UW isn't one of those schools. Not many people are. I mean, like I said, there's about 8 of those schools that can actually compete with having a budget like Oregon's. But before the NIL world, couldn't keep Cristobal.
Indiana just kept Kurt Signetti.
Yeah.
So it can. All I'm saying is it can happen. It does happen. It's hard, but you can do it. You just have to pay. And it sounds like Washington was willing to do that with DeBoer. It didn't work out. But if they're willing to do that, then I would be optimistic that depending on who they hire next, they could possibly keep him. It's not like the Washington State thing.
Yeah.
Washington State, anybody good there is out of there.
Yeah.
Same with Oregon State. And they know that. That's the game that they play. Washington could be different, but it's not going to be with Jed Fish. If I'm a Washington fan, I don't want Jed Fish. I don't like where they are with Jed Fish. They're good. He's fine, but that wouldn't be my standard, particularly coming off of a national championship game appearance.
Yeah.
So if I'm Washington, it's not like you're firing Jed Fish, but I'm certainly getting my list together, and I'm waiting to see, how they do and if he leaves.
Yeah.
Because I don't think it's the worst thing if he did.
They better, if you are the AD at UW and you do not have all of that figured out, knowing that Jed Fish is 1 foot out the door, then you're not doing your job.
Like someone said, Florida, now this is a UW guy, he's one of our texters, but he said Florida literally had a coaching vacancy and Fish didn't leave. If he really wanted to, don't you think they would have taken him over John Summerall?
No.
No.
Oh, God, no.
No, this is my point about Jed Fish.
He was never
He's
offered
not
that
coveted.
Job. He was never offered that job.
He thinks he is, or he maybe wants to be, but he's not. To your point, what he has to do is have a really special season like Kalen DeBoer did. Then you can change people's opinions about you. But no, Jed Fish, I was laughing at the idea of people talking about Jed Fish to Florida.
Yeah.
And that's just me. But I mean, I think a lot of people were.
He's 15-11 in 2 seasons at UW. And I think he just came out, was it 8-4? Yeah,
exactly.
Florida didn't come. The idea that you think that Jed Fish was like, you know what? I don't want this Florida job. Come on.
Dude, it's like PJ Fleck. He apparently gets offered by everybody because his agent just throws him out there.
Exactly.
I tell you what, the Jed Fish narrative is one of the funnier things that has happened in college football in the last 20 years. I can't get my head around why everyone thinks Jed Fish is worth a crap. And yet he keeps then he gets the Washington job. And that's only because it was late and DeBoer kind of they kind of had to find a guy, and okay, we'll take the frog that hops to every lily pad he can.
Yeah,
that's all he is.
And now UW is terrified that he's going to hop to the next lily pad.
But then somehow this narrative gets out there that Jed Fish is so great and everybody wants him. Yeah. What sport are you watching?
8-4 at UW doesn't get you the Florida job. Sorry, man.
And he's kind of a goofball.
Are you raising your voice?
Yeah, he's a weird dude.
And he doesn't even want to be there.
No, his wife certainly doesn't.
God.
Yeah.
I'm ripping up my papers.
I just would hate that as a fan, knowing that a good season costs me my coach and probably a third of my roster that goes with my coach. That stinks. I think that sucks.
All right, coming up next, let's see what we have in the clubby notes.
Right in the old tickle trunk.
We got one more segment, though, still.
Oh, we do?
Oh. Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh,
I told you to break like 4 months ago.
Oh, all right.
Rob was getting hot.
Yeah, I was getting hot.
You're yelling.
Jed Fish gets me hot. I was raising my voice. Is anybody else as pissed off about the Jed Fish narrative as me?
I got a buddy.
I don't think you're going to get close to a beaver.
You should talk to. He's a big UW guy.
Does he love Jed Fish?
No, he gets
so he gets my point.
He gets your point.
Fish sucks.
He wants him gone.
Yep.
He's waiting for someone to come take. Like, please, someone come take him.
All right, another segment apparently next on The Fan. Okay, apparently we have another sports segment, so here is sports. Did you guys talk about the Michael Malone hire yesterday?
Briefly.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
It is a strange one.
Because he really doesn't have much coaching experience in college. They're paying him a butt ton of money. And
where did he coach in college?
He was an assistant.
He was an assistant at Providence in Manhattan and maybe like Oakland or something.
From a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it came out today. They're paying him $8.3 million.
Yeah. And he hates young guys. Like, it's like he's notorious for hating rookies because they're underdeveloped and they make dumb mistakes. Welcome to the world of college basketball.
God, no kidding.
And he's a giant red ass. It's just so bizarre. Yeah, the last time he was an assistant at Manhattan 25 years ago. And now
And then did he go to be an assistant in the NBA?
Yeah. Knicks, Cavs, we know.
He was a hell of a coach in Denver.
Yeah.
But I kind of forgot he was still sitting out there.
No.
I mean, that was out of the blue. Like, how far down the list was he for them?
Well, it sounds like that Tommy Lloyd obviously was the first, at least the ones that are kind of public. It sounds like Lloyd was the guy, and then Donovan was the fallback. Or Donovan maybe have been the first choice, Billy Donovan. But Donovan wanted to wait till the end of the year to see what happened with the Bulls. So they pivoted to Lloyd. Thought they had Lloyd. Lloyd said, no, I'm staying at Arizona. They went back to Donovan. Donovan was like, no, I'm waiting to see what happens. UNC got cold feet, and then here's Mike Malone. And by the way, here's $8 million. What?
Yeah, I'd like to know how that all came about.
I don't know.
But what about Todd Golden? What about Dusty May?
Well, Golden signed the extension, and so a bunch of guys signed extensions. And so that might have been one of those a la the Dan Lanning where you use that opening to get yourself a nice little raise. Dusty May sounded like he didn't want to go anywhere, said he's not considering, and obviously he's won a national title. So it might have been like they couldn't land the big fish. They didn't have a good in-house candidate. And so somehow Mike Malone, by the way, this is the same group of jackasses that hired Bill Belichick. So
yeah, it's true. It's wild that North Carolina can't just handpick their coach.
Yeah.
That's like maybe the best job in college basketball.
That was Jay Bellis that said that, and he's a Duke guy.
Yeah, I wonder what that says about the current state of things.
Well, does it say anything that... So, I'm looking here. I wanted to make sure. So, they are paying $18 million for Mike Malone and Bill Belichick at North Carolina. What? Because the Bill one worked so well. Can't wait to see Mike Malone. I kind of want this to go.
I bet they get along.
I kind of want this. Yeah, they're just going to yell at everybody. I kind of want to see. I want to see this implode because you're taking two dudes who are old that don't have any sort of real connection to college and notoriously hard on young people. And you're going to ask them to recruit and deal with all that and then get along with 18 and 19-year-old kids. If Mike Malone can't get along with young NBA players, what the hell is going to happen in college?
I will say, in defense of Michael Malone,
yeah,
he is 20 years the younger to Bill Belichick.
That is true.
So,
yeah,
just want to point that out.
Yeah, he's not as old as...
He is 54.
54.
That's not bad.
No.
That's like your age.
Not quite. Are you
okay,
50?
It's like
Are you 51?
I'm 50.
You're 50.
About to be 51. All right, there's your final sports segment. Okay, we're done with sports.
Sports.
We got a little too fired up over coaches today. Jed Fish, Michael Malone.
Someone asking, can we clip Rob saying that Jed Fish gets me hot?
I'm looking for it right
Can
now.
you go back? Because I would like to hear Rob getting fired up.
Rob had a couple in those that stretch there. It was pretty decent.
Right.
What sport are you watching?
And by the way, someone asking, does Mike Malone have a hot influencer girlfriend? No, it sounds like he just has a normal wife. I looked her up.
Yeah, but isn't she like super hot and like...
No. She just looks like a normal...
I thought she was like what sport are you watching?
No, she just looks like a normal wife.
I thought she was an Instagram influencer.
No, that's Jed Fish.
Oh, sorry, you were saying Michael Malone.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, yeah.
Now, Jed Fish's wife, she's a hot. Him and the daughter, they're both influencers, and she hates Seattle.
Do you think it's offensive to Mrs. Malone that if she heard this segment, she'd be like, she's what? She's not hot. I just look like a normal wife? What does that mean? Do you think that would piss her off?
Don't we know what a normal wife? Is that wrong to say?
I think maybe in some people's eyes, yeah.
She's
like hers.
Well,
specifically.
How about this? Age appropriate wife? What do you use to describe her?
It's hard. It's a hard one. Somebody asked me today, they sent me an email and they said, hey, see this? the fire got this girl.
Yeah.
Hot or not. And I just like,
Yeah, that's
awkward. I don't,
Yeah.
because if you say not hot, you're implying,
She's
not that attractive.
Yeah.
But that's not true.
No.
Like, hot is a very high standard.
Exactly.
So I said, not hot, but yeah, she's obviously very attractive.
Yeah.
So I think maybe you say that. Jed Fish gets me hot. That's a good drop. I didn't even know I said that.
It's good times. So how would you describe
I
Mike Malone's
would
wife?
just say, no, not, I mean, she's, gosh. See,
But I'm not-
it's a hard one.
Again,
Let's say she's sitting in the room. This is what I'm saying.
That's a must-lie
Let's
situation.
do this in the club, guys.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, God, we are
We'll be
so
right back.
long.
I love the fan sports.
George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, last night Michigan took home the men's basketball championship, defeating UConn 69-63. Point guard Elliot Cadeau named most outstanding player of the tournament. Potential number one overall pick Fernando Mendoza. He is expected to not be in attendance at the NFL draft. Instead, he's expected to be at home with his family in Florida celebrating there. Oregon transfer guard Jackson Shellstad is locked in a couple visits on his transfer tour. He'll be heading over to Arizona and Louisville to check out those schools for his next destination. Lakers, they're already without Luka and Austin Reeves. Now they'll be without LeBron James tonight as they take on the Thunder. LeBron out with a foot injury. Thunder 18.5-point favorites over the Lakers down in L.A. Trailblazers blew a 16-point lead last night, end up losing in overtime to the Denver Nuggets. They are now in 9th place in the Western Conference. Next up for them is a game against the Spurs on Wednesday. But the Spurs could be without Victor Wembanyama in that one, as he's considered doubtful with a rib contusion. He left Money's game against his Philadelphia 76ers early in the first half. Now, Wemby is expected to play in at least one more game this season, though, so he is eligible for postseason awards. Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the Georgia Coy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work Insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at wornout.com.
Jed Fish gets me hot.
Come on, Rob!
It makes me sad.
Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, we apologize.
Try it again, please.
It's time for the club, baby. On 105.1 and 1080, The Fan.
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
Hoo-wee.
All right. Finally.
I wonder if Jed Fish gets Dan Lanning hot.
Does Jed Fish get anyone hot other than me?
I don't think he makes his wife. I think his wife hates him. I think it's one of those. I think the wife likes the paycheck and likes being a coach's wife.
Jed Fish gets me hot.
He's never around.
I mean, it really is a good question. Does Jed Fish get anyone hot? He doesn't get Husky fans hot.
No.
He doesn't get his wife hot. He doesn't,
Well,
he looks like Fred Armisen.
he does. It's a good question. Yeah. I mean,
maybe like a young hot because of his money.
Yeah,
He does have a lot of
he's
money.
got a lot of money. Jed Fish and that advisor walks into a strip club. You know, he's making.
He's got some personality.
He's making somebody. You know. Yeah.
Nah.
So here's the question. I looked up Michael Malone's wife. Her name is Jocelyn Malone.
She seems like a wonderful lady.
Yeah, she's attractive. She played volleyball at Providence.
Yeah.
And
been married for a long time.
Yeah. So the question raised was, if Michael Malone's wife is in this room and someone asks you if she's hot, what is your response?
Well, it's a must-lie situation. You have to
Okay, well then let me ask it this way.
It's
not all women are sluts.
It's more, how do you describe her? Because all I said was, because someone said, is Mike Malone's wife hot? And I said, no, she just looks like a normal wife. And I didn't mean that to be insulting, but it probably sounded that way.
I would imagine she would be insulted by that.
I don't want to insult anyone. She just
right.
looks
so
like a normal lady.
Okay, so let me ask you this. What is the appropriate way to say that a wife or a girlfriend or a husband and boyfriend is not exactly Instagram hot?
She's cute.
And also not be offensive.
She's cute.
See, I think that's the problem, is that if you say cute, then I think people get insulted. What, I'm cute? I think people get insulted at cute.
No, see, then you go, there's a difference between hot and cute. Like, hot is like, I have to.
Hot, yeah.
I want to.
By the way, we throw around hot
things.
way too easily.
Yeah, hot is a high standard.
That's a high standard.
So could you say...
Because there's beautiful, cute, hot. Those are all three different things.
Okay, so could you say... If someone says, hey, is Mike Malone's wife hot? And Jocelyn's staring right at you to wait for your answer. You say, yeah, she's attractive. Because you're not really saying she's hot.
I like that.
Right.
But you're spinning it into,
that's better than cute.
I like
she's
it.
attractive.
Yeah, cute sounds patronizing.
Right.
Attractive.
Cute little, it's like little.
Because you can't say beautiful. Team. If you say beautiful, that's too far.
I think you're right.
By the way, if you say beautiful, then you're saying she's hot.
Boy, I can't unsee it. Someone said she looks like Mike Myers, and damn it, now I can't.
She looks like Mike Myers?
I can't. She's attractive. I'm going with attractive. I like it. Final answer.
Good little wife.
Good little wife. Is Mike? How to describe Jocelyn Malone? She's an attractive woman, an athletic woman.
I don't see the Mike Myers.
A woman of volleyball standard. I don't know. She's tall. I think she's taller than Mike Malone. That's a delicate subject. We've talked about this many a time. Because, by the way, it goes both ways. Because I've seen it on Instagram where some ladies got a date with the hottest guy, and then it's not the hottest guy. He's got white Oakleys and a goatee, and you're like, it's Dan. It's.
I'm going to read you a text from my wife today. She texted me and she said she went to the gym. Where is it? Oh, Jesus. I'll paraphrase. Okay. She said, I got you a salmon salad because she goes over to Elephants after the gym. She brings home lunch. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you a salmon salad because you're hot. Now, she's saying that. It's to her husband.
Building up the ego.
It's cute.
Yeah.
But I think we all know I'm not hot.
Yeah.
Nor does she think I'm hot.
But you know what I mean? The illusion's nice.
It's like when you grow old with someone, and I'm not that old, but 50.
Yeah.
We've been together 25 years, man. I can't imagine what she thinks when she looks at my hot body now. I mean, I used to have abs and everything. And now she's looking at me like, oh, wow.
I'm waiting for that Instagram post. Happy anniversary to the sexiest guy on the planet. And then it's Rob. Hey.
But she always goes back to the gray and the silver fox thing.
Silver daddy.
What do they call it? The salt and pepper.
Salt and pepper.
She always goes back to that. She's like, guys age so gracefully.
Yeah.
Look at your salt and pepper. And she'll use things like that. Neglecting to talk about my fat ass. My belly. My hair.
One of my favorite stand-up comedians does a bit about this, and he's like, I got out of the shower, and my wife said, you look like a Greek god. And he goes, you don't know S about mythology.
That's right.
You look like a god, Buddha, maybe.
But you sort of have to say it, right?
Yeah, you got to say it.
I mean, you got to make your...
Yeah. You got to make the other one.
It's like pretending to enjoy sex.
I thank you for letting me flop around on you for a couple minutes, and we call it good.
Right.
But it is always tough, because, some couples are really attractive, and then there's others that not so much, but, You can't really be honest. And sometimes it would be better if we could both look at each other and be like, look, neither one of us is breaking any hearts, but you know what? We make each other happy. And that's fine. Not everyone looks like Brad Pitt and Jennifer Aniston. But we get into this thing where you have to be like that, and why? You don't, let's all be realistic. The world would be, you always the 33% less tea would make the world a better place. I think
I'm down to 32.6.
32. I think
0.6.
If we had 33% more self-awareness about where we are, the world would be a better place.
Yeah, that helps too.
Yes.
So maybe there's 65.2%.
Yeah.
Right there.
I say all the time, for every guy.
And it's always men.
Yes. Well, you know what? It's starting to get this way with some of the women too, who it's the whole 666 thing. You get some girl over there who looks like Shrek, and she's like, I want a 6-foot guy with a 6-inch penis that makes $600,000. You're like, honey,
good luck.
I hate to tell you this, but
get in line.
Yeah, get in line.
Hell, I want that.
And yeah, you're at the back of the line. You want Jed Fish. Jed Fish don't want you. Let's be honest.
All right. Well, I'm glad we covered that. Coming up next, boy, I tell you what, I was shocked by this story. Sort of on the fan. Borderline. Yeah, I said I was shocked by a story. Somewhat shocked. Shocked-ish. Borderline. Fringe, as you guys like to.
Sure.
When you're describing the Blazers.
I do use ish a lot with the Blazers.
A lot of
want
ishes.
a 6-foot guy with a 6-inch penis that makes $600,000.
Little drop. Where was I?
Nah.
You said an ish. There was something with an ish.
Yeah. So I was reading the New York Post today, as I'm prone to do. A lot of club content comes from the New York Post.
Yeah. It's a nice rag out there.
I don't know how many people know that. New York Post, studyfinds.org, Drudge, believe it or not, oftentimes has some nice links.
Oh, yeah. TMZ, you know.
TMZ, yeah. Although TMZ is getting a little, I don't know. They've just got a lot of things that on there. Like you could scroll through a whole day's worth of posts on TMZ.
Yeah.
And there isn't one person that anyone in our audience cares about.
That is true.
Including us.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what. When
some rapper or some
celebrity stuff, though, TMZ always has it first.
Yeah.
Those sons of guns.
Well, if it's a sportster that gets in trouble or something.
Yeah.
They're on it. Like the Tiger Woods thing, they were all over.
Yeah.
So now they're up our alley.
I saw Offset, who's a famous rapper. He got shot. They had him outside smoking a heater.
Who is that guy?
Offset, he's a big rapper. He was with Cardi B and Migos.
When I'm scrolling through TMZ, I don't know about you. If you were hosting the show, like say yesterday, you would talk about Offset being shot. For me, when I saw that story, I was like, whatever. I don't care who Offset is, and I don't think our fans do either.
I just appreciated the fact that he got shot, he's in the hospital, and he needed to get wheeled outside so that he could have a cigarette. I appreciate that while you're in the hospital recovering from gunshot wounds, I just love that they're like, hold on, take me outside, I got to rip this heater real quick. I appreciated that. That gave me a chuckle.
So the story that surprised me-ish was that Banksy,
the street artist,
the artiste.
Yes.
He just got married in Vegas, and everyone we all now know who he is.
Yeah.
Did you know that?
I saw this. I want to say this was maybe a week or two ago. A photo, because people had a rough idea who he was, but I guess he's just been outed now.
Yeah,
and
he's now it's like common.
It's common
knowledge.
Yeah.
Who Banksy is. I didn't know that was. I thought he was still the man of mystery.
Yeah, it kind of sucks now too, because now that you see him, it takes away a lot of the.
Well, yeah, he's a goober-looking guy.
Yeah, he looks like a slightly less fat Patton Oswalt.
He does.
Yeah, and I was like, when I saw it
with bad glasses.
Yeah, I was a little like, man, that's
Banksy.
I was like, that's Banksy. Yeah, it's not. It doesn't seem quite as edgy and.
Are you excited, Steven?
Could it be a fake Banksy? Like this is all an art product. It's all a piece of art.
Nah, it kind of seems like this is Banksy.
Yeah, I think it's him.
Yeah.
His name's Robin Gunningham, and he's from England.
Yeah.
He's from the UK. Yeah, and so they said that he and his longtime partner were in a neon-lit Las Vegas chapel.
Yeah.
And got married.
They got married at the Chapel of the Bells.
And it cost him $145.
Well, I mean.
Her name is Joy
Millward? Yeah. By the way, an attractive woman?
I haven't seen her.
Yeah.
Do we already have...
Yeah, there's photos. I want a 6-foot guy with a 6-inch penis that makes $600,000. It's just like, again...
Yeah, but look at him, though.
I know. I just thought Banksy, he's a millionaire, he's man of mystery.
Oh, she's very normal looking.
Yes, very normal.
Which is, again, offensive.
Dare I say, I guess why I feel so bad. It's not like, again, I'm not Brad Pitt, but that's my thing. If you had a world-famous female artist, like, I don't know. I'm trying to think of someone that's like a big female. Beyonce or
Why did I say it like that?
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. If Sabrina Carpenter was like, Sabrina Carpenter has a mystery man, and for like 3 years known who it was, and then it was me, I know what everyone would be like, really?
It's my son Lincoln, he loves her.
Exactly. And I'm well aware that if it turned out Sabrina Carpenter was living a secret life with me, and then the New York Post had it, I know what the reaction would be, and I wouldn't be offended by it. I'd be like, yeah, that's about right. And I'd be like, I still get Sabrina Carpenter. So I'm not offended, but I feel bad. But when I first saw her, the first thing I thought was she works at the DMV. That was my very first.
I thought teacher.
And maybe that's the appropriate way to describe someone is where they work.
I think she looks like a teacher.
I could see that.
She looks very down home and loves the children.
Maybe a librarian?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah, not really into the glitz and the glam.
No. See,
but that's okay.
But I think...
But he was also not in the glitz and glam. Like no one knew who he was.
That's right.
But he was worth millions. And we expect... If you're... And this is also the double edge. Because if you're a man and you're worth millions, we expect you to have a hot. Because most men are shallow and pickish. And when you have money, you usually end up with a hot.
Yeah, and I wonder... Did you read how long they've been together? I wonder how long she knew that she was with Banksy.
Oh, I would assume.
Do you know what I mean?
I would think. Is it like Batman? Did she not know she was with Banksy this whole time? She thought she was with just some weird British dude that had a lot of money? And would you, if your wife found out that you were Ropsy and that you were this notorious street artist?
Oh, I love that.
Would she?
Ropsy.
Would Nurse Nice be pissed if you had been living a double life?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'd be livid. She wouldn't know what to do.
Yeah.
But then she'd find out I'm secretly worth millions, and she'd be like, well,
she'd probably be pissed.
And then she continued to say, man, your body looks great.
You're hot.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, the compliments keep coming. Yeah, I'm assuming that when you're with Banksy, you're well aware, although it probably is a little bit like Batman that you have to be with him for a while before he admits to you that he's Banksy. You can't just be out there with some random hooer and then letting her, because then you're going to get doxxed, right? You're going to end up with the... like the Bieber thing.
No, women are sluts.
Where they're
stop playing that.
We're taking photos of you in bed and then sending it out.
Sook said.
I think Nurse Nice heard that one the other night. She brought it up to me. She was like, "What was that about?" I'm like, I don't know.
All right, it's scrapped.
Yeah, she heard it. She heard me say sluts, and she didn't like it. I'm like, what are you doing listening to our show? Sha-na-na-na-na-na. Here's a guy who says, you guys have made my ride to Walmart with my girlfriend so uncomfortable with this whole hot versus cute thing. I can no longer call her cute.
Well, text in. Is she hot, cute?
Yeah, let us know.
Attractive?
Yeah.
You can call her whatever you want.
I do think those are 3 sliding scales. I think cute's on the bottom. Cute's on the bottom, attractive, hot, stunning, or, because there's like top shelf.
See, I think beautiful is the top of the top.
Yeah, beautiful is, that's almost synonymous with stunning.
Right.
Now for men, when
stunning is mine. If I say it's stunning, that's my top of the
that's
food.
not like I just want to hook up with you. Like I want to marry you and live with you for life.
She is beautiful. My jaw's on the floor.
Yeah.
With men, there is a word, I don't know if you guys have heard this. It's handsome.
Handsome.
And that
what does that mean? I've never heard it.
Well, it's a great word because it's kind of women are great because it doesn't imply attractiveness. And we need that word for women, right? Like if my wife said, "Oh, yeah, that he's handsome," or "That young man is handsome."
Yeah.
That is just like, well, I'm acknowledging that they are a very good-looking person.
I acknowledge you.
But I'm not attracted. You know what I mean? Like we need the handsome word for women.
Ladylike. I don't know.
What?
She's very ladylike. I don't know. She's a lady. Isn't that a thing? She's a lady? That sounds terrible now.
According to AI and Google, a handsome woman is generally described as strikingly attractive, dignified, refined.
I don't know. Did your
striking? That's good.
Striking?
Well, but that
seems too
kinda,
far.
yeah.
I don't think you want to call your wife handsome. She's a handsome. She's a handsome gal.
What else did it say? Striking and what else?
Strikingly attractive, dignified, refined.
This guy said I waited till she was out of the car to say she's homely.
What?
Respect.
He's talking crap about her now?
Hey.
She's in shopping at Walmart.
Look, if I do know
that's terrible.
I know a guy and he's a great guy and his wife's great, but he knows and at least he's honest about it. He knows what he's working with and he's he doesn't care. He's happy as can be with her, but he's honest. He's like, if you're talking about your missus, he'll drop one of these. Yeah, they're not all first round picks, but I'm like, he'll be like, she's awesome. And that's great.
Awesome. There you go. I like that one.
She's awesome.
How about lovely? Somebody on the text.
There you go.
There
you go. Lovely.
She's lovely.
Lovely. I like that.
She is lovely.
She's lovely. I think lovely
you
is...
could be talking personality-wise at that point.
Yeah.
She's spiritually thin.
Oh God! Did you see the city councilman? And I think he was.
Oh yeah!
Did you see that?
She was like a teenager.
She was in high school, and she was up.
Terrifying.
She was up with him on the. I don't know. Where do city council people sit? Like on the.
It was like a dais on
the top there, like we're lording over people.
The top part.
And he turned to her. I don't know what she was doing up there.
Oh God!
He turned to her. Bad. He's like 60 years old. He turns to her and goes, "Man, you are so hot."
Ugh.
And then they just, and she's like, "Ha ha ha," and then they just gloss right over it.
I'm
a lot of sounds there. Could we clip that? Tennessee.
I thought those were all drops.
It kind of sounded like it.
The lovely woman. I think that is
lovely.
That's great.
She's lovely.
Striking.
Lovely. No, see, striking.
No, striking.
No, lovely.
Because I think here's the difference. You have to be able to say it about like someone's kids.
Yeah.
Like their daughter. Gorgeous is close, but I think lovely.
I like lovely. She's lovely.
Lovely.
Like, oh, your daughter. I met your daughter. She's lovely.
She's lovely. Boom.
She's hot.
I love that.
Instead of she's annoying.
I love the.
She's kind of homely.
I love the lovely.
All right.
Your daughter's gonna have to work for a living. Start getting good grades now.
I hope your daughter's really smart.
I don't think that's funny.
Hey, I had to go to college.
Exactly.
Tell you what, the only chance I had.
That's exactly. Hey, no one was coming along and sweeping old sugar teas here off my feet. That wasn't gonna happen.
I had to play basketball and go to school.
Yeah.
So now apparently we all know who Banksy is, and he got married in Vegas.
It's disappointing.
And he's kind of a goober-looking guy.
Yeah.
And that hurts.
He's homely.
Yeah, he kind of is homely looking. He looks like.
Although, does it make you feel good? Because if he was like super hot, then if he was like
no.
Again, you'd be like, really, that guy has everything.
I don't know about hot. I wanted him to be super cool, like. Yeah,
Yeah.
He just doesn't seem that. I mean, he probably is, but
kind of looks like one of the guys like from the South Park guys. Same sort of thing. You're like, yeah, really? He's like hanging out with Trey Parker.
All right, Parenting 101 is next. Here's Steven.
Now, from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, last night Michigan ended the college basketball season by winning a national championship, beating UConn 69-63. Point guard Elliot Cadeau named Most Outstanding Player. In the NFL Draft coming up later this month, potential number 1 overall pick Fernando Mendoza is not expected to be at the draft in Pittsburgh. Instead, he is expected to be at home with his family in Miami. Former Oregon point guard Jackson Shellstad, he's in the transfer portal. He's locked in a few visits to Arizona and to Louisville. Lakers, they're playing the Thunder tonight without Luka, Austin Reeves, and now without LeBron James. LeBron out with a foot injury. Thunder huge favorites on the road in LA. Trailblazers blew a 16-point lead in the fourth quarter last night against the Nuggets, losing overtime. Now they're in 9th place in the Western Conference. Next up for them is a game against the Spurs. But some potentially decent news for the Blazers, as in that game, Spurs star center Victor Wembanyama considered doubtful with a rib contusion. Wemby, though, is expected to play in at least one more game this season, so he is eligible for postseason awards. And Toronto Blue Jays catcher Alejandro Kirk, he had surgery on his fractured left thumb. He is expected to miss about 6 weeks. For more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Stephen Vaughn from the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt and missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Well, we have another Darwin Award out there.
Is it those kids that drove into the Willamette?
No.
No?
But I feel bad making fun of that because they died.
I know. Well, I'm not making...
Well, 3 of them.
Well, but that's the whole point of the Darwin Awards is it's usually someone that dies.
Yeah, no one died here.
Oh.
But did you read this story about the kid?
By the way, real quick, we were talking about the Diana Rossini and Mike Vrabel thing, how they're both married. I looked up Vrabel's wife. She's lovely.
Oh.
Just saying. I was on TMZ and TMZ had it, and just saying. One might describe Mike's wife and Diana as it's different. It's different.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
lovely.
She is lovely.
She is lovely. I like that. By the way, that solidified that term for me. Because how do you describe Vrabel's wife? She's lovely. She's lovely. Yeah,
she's
lovely.
attractive.
All right, sorry. Back to the Darwin.
Yeah.
When I saw that photo during the break, I immediately it came to my mind was.
But Diana Rossini, cute.
Yeah. Now here's the question: is Diana Rossini hot?
Yeah,
because
she's hot.
I wouldn't put her in hot. I would put her in cute.
She's cute.
Yeah, I think she's right. I'm with you. I'm with Steven.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, she's not lovely.
She's above lovely. I'll give her that.
She's above lovely, short of beautiful.
Right. Short of hot.
Above, I think we all know what Mike was doing at that pool. All right. On to the Darwin Awards.
Yeah, so did you read the story about the kid who got grabbed by a wolf at a zoo?
No. Let me guess, he ignored 19 different fences.
Well, it's a toddler.
Oh.
Okay, so
well,
I think you got to cut him a little bit of slack.
Whoop.
And
then we can yell at the parents.
He was injured after sticking his hand into a wolf enclosure. In a stunning turn of events, the wolf did grab and bite his hand.
Can you grab yours? Oh. Is it long enough to really?
Some places. He did not high five. Like the wolf did not high five the kid.
No,
or fist bump him.
That's usually not the way it works. I also, I got to ask what the parents are doing because I'm guessing with wolves again, probably many offense. And how did a 17-month-old kid get over all these fences?
Yeah, so they investigated. They said he squeezed through a small opening in a wooden barrier perimeter fence and accessed a restricted area near the wolf exhibit. According to police, the child then reached the primary metal fence and was injured after putting his hand through the metal fence.
Yeah.
Zoo America previously reported the toddler's age as 18 months.
What were mom and dad doing?
From the injuries sustained, it appears as though one of the wolves in the enclosure instinctively and naturally grabbed onto the child's hand with its mouth. Several bystanders intervened and pulled the child away. So that's nice. It has been determined that the parents, Carrie and Stephen, Carrie younger than Stephen, 18 years younger actually than Stephen. Stephen robbing the cradle there.
Yeah.
He's 61, she's 43. They have each been charged with endangering the welfare of a child.
Yeah.
Because they were sitting about 25 to 30 feet away and playing on their phones.
Yeah, that happens now quite a bit. Like you read about cases where kids drown and the parents are right there and they're on the phone. Well, I got Candy Crush to play, man. I got to level up. Got to scroll the gram.
I got TikTok to watch.
Yeah. You can't be paying attention to no bratty kid.
And you must know that nothing will happen to the wolf here.
Oh, thank God.
They said that the wolf's response was not a sign of aggression.
It wanted to nibble a little bit on the hand.
I think it wanted to check it out, yeah.
I would think so.
Curious. It's like, hey, what's this?
Well, to be fair, if I was a predator that was put in prison and someone came up and stuck their little ravioli fist through the cage, I'd probably take a little bite. Probably take a little nibble. It's payback, man.
Yeah, his injuries are minor, so they got lucky.
Yeah. Well, the wolf wasn't trying to rip off the hand. It just, maybe a finger, something.
It is shocking how many parents don't pay attention to their kids in public places.
Yeah, especially when you're, at a zoo in front of the wolves.
Right. But just everywhere. Like, no.
I've never noticed that.
Like the mom that let the dumb kid drop into the Harambe cage. Same sort of thing.
We were at the zoo maybe a couple weeks ago, and it's just like parents just let kids run around like maniacs.
Yeah. 100%.
Huh. I'm gonna start watching for that more.
And their heads are squarely up their ass. Usually, again, on the phone.
It does bother me in restaurants, and
Exactly.
It doesn't happen all that often.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, you get the parents who just let their kids just run around a restaurant. It pisses me off.
Again, I don't like being a parent. I am a great parent, though. I will make sure my kids behave.
Yes. My kids, the best part is now my kids see other kids, and whenever they see that, they're like, oh, that wouldn't have flown.
Yeah, they're like, sorry, Dad.
They look right at me, and they're like, yeah, and we're like, yeah. Which it makes me feel good, but bad at the same time, because then I'm like, might have been a little bit of a tyrant, but at least my kids were well behaved when we were out. I wouldn't put up with that crap for 2 seconds. Drop it. Sometimes you have to, it's called being a parent.
Yeah, I got to give a shout out to a dad at the Palm Springs airport yesterday.
Yeah.
He had 2 little girls under the age of 4. And he was by himself with them.
He's outnumbered.
Sounds horrible.
Mm-hmm.
So I was laying there with my eyes closed. Like, I'm just waiting. I'm just at the gate, right?
Yeah.
So I just have my hat over my face. I'm just, like, trying to catch a snooze. Okay. But I hear him. And I hear how he's dealing with them. And I don't open my eyes for a long time because I'm painting a picture in my head. It's much like what we do on the radio.
Theater of the mind.
Yes. And so I'm like, oh, my God, what does this guy look like? He seems like an ass. And then I open my eyes and I watch him for a little bit. I'm like, wow, he's a great dad.
Yeah.
Those girls were really well behaved. He was I thought he was hard on him.
Okay.
But once I opened my eyes and actually saw what was happening, like, I don't know, maybe it's like his demeanor sounded different than it actually looked when you observed it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like the words he was saying is like, wow. But then when I saw his body language and how they reacted, like there was nothing bad about it.
Well,
I don't know why I told you that.
Is it possible though that they were doing
That's my story for
they were doing bad things and then he cracked the whip and then they stopped and you only got to see the stop part?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure they were doing bad things. They were S-Ed kids.
Exactly.
And he seemed kind of at the end of his rope.
Yeah.
But he was also a great dad. He had those kids in line. Much like Stephen Vaughn, I could tell that guy wasn't putting up with their crap in the airport.
Yeah.
They were going to sit down, they were going to eat their yogurt, and they were going to do it in a nice, polite manner.
Do I wish at times that I had been a little less me with my kids? Sure. But all my kids turned out to be good, and they can at least, they laugh about it now, and they kind of make jokes, and I'm like, okay, well, that to me is better than just having S-head kids that are running amok doing whatever the hell they want, end up,
because they end up on drugs.
Exactly.
Am I right?
I'm an idiot a lot of the time with my kids. Like, they're just like, what are you doing? And it's like, but they understand. Like, it's out of love.
There's no handbook.
No.
Nobody's perfect.
I have convinced them it's all out of love, and if I'm an idiot and I'm just saying dumb things, don't just ignore me and just be like, yeah, cool, thank you.
I've apologized to my kids a million times, and all I say is, and they'll tell you verbatim, I say, I did the best I could with the information I had at the time, and I was doing it by myself, and I'm sorry. To this day, whenever we end up like at a border or like any sort of like checkpoint, they do me. Because anytime we'd go to the Canadian border, I'd go through customs, I would turn around in the car and everyone shut the F up. No one say anything. We're not screwing around. No one's doing bits. Shut up. And so whenever
no bits, kids.
No. Because there's nothing worse than when your kid makes a snotty, stupid remark or says something dumb, and now I'm pulled over into secondary screening. So to this day, anytime we go somewhere international, as we approach whatever, the kids will be like, hey, Dad, no bitch, shut the F up. And I'm like, I told you dumb bitch. Probably could have said it a little bit nicer, but
that's how you know you did good, though.
Yeah, I conveyed the point.
But don't you think, listen.
Maybe some nicer language, but.
But if you named, because we all observe parents with little kids. We were just at dinner the other night and observed this couple with a young kid.
Yeah.
And they seemed like delightful parents, doing everything seemingly right by their minds, right?
Yeah.
For every action that you think is right, you're probably screwing them up in another way.
Sure.
Right? And that's literally everything with parenting. Yeah. Like, show me a perfect parent. It doesn't exist. So show me the best parents. Yeah. Even the best parents are doing something that they inadvertently have no idea is messing with their kid's future.
It's so true.
So
yeah,
you can't be pissed at yourself about it.
Do the best you can and learn to say you're sorry. As your kids get older, just learn to say you're sorry and be like, look, I'm not perfect either, and I did the best I could.
We'll wrap it up next on The Fan.
The Fan is live.
Yeah, great example right here. My niece is someone I thought was always a good kid, raised well. So when she turned 20, I said, why don't you take over my basement? It'll be your first apartment kind of thing. And then I realized that my sister had taken care of everything for her entire life and only bred a crazy hoarder with no idea how to clean anything. It was a gross 2-year experiment. That's what I mean. Yeah. It's like you don't know what you're doing to your kids. Your kids are going to be good in some ways and not so good in other ways. And there's probably not a lot you can do about that.
Do the best you can.
So just, take it easy on yourself as parents. Try to do the best you can. And
that's all you can do.
It really is. We are out of here. Everybody have a great night, okay? We're back tomorrow, 3 to 7 on The Fan. Good night.